Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
AD&D, that's what I first started playing with as well in high school.
Wow.
Okay, so you're somewhat familiar with the campaign setting. I know Zepra and Zaki. Is it pronounced Zaki?
I don't know if you're talking to me or not.
Yeah, your character Zaki.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Zaki Bryn. There we go.
Okay, so we'll start off by doing character introductions, and then I'll work your character's stories into what's happening at the moment. I'll explain a little bit about Waterdeep. There is some information to be found on the campaign forum. I'm not sure if you guys have read that or not. More information in the way of Volo's Waterdeep in Caridian will be released to you guys every session. I'll just sort of trickle in a stream of this lore if you're interested. Now,
Well, I haven't read it, so
Yeah, nor have I.
it's not essential. It may help you understand Waterdeep though, but do understand that this is an urban campaign setting. It's not like a traditional dungeon crawl. It's focusing on urban intrigue. So your characters should have a sense of intrigue about them. They should want perhaps some sort of they should have some driving element to be intrigued by perhaps some mysteries or crimes or even gold. And after this campaign, obviously, we'll go on to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is a dungeon crawl that goes from level 5 to level 20. That is a lot different than this campaign. This campaign is a lot of role-playing. There's not a tremendous amount of combat, as you'll see, and it should take, from my experience, roughly 3 months to complete. There are laws in Waterdeep which you'll learn about. Common things like that you would expect in a D&D campaign, like brandishing weapons is illegal on the streets. Assaulting a citizen, robbery, theft, all of these can be met with harsh punishments, including hard labor, fines, floggings, or even death, particularly against crimes against nobles. You'll be given a copy of the Code Legal, but I just wanted to throw that out there, that swinging weapons around in the street is generally not okay. You'll also find that many Waterdeevians, they don't carry weapons and they don't wear armor. It's not necessary. Waterdeep is a pretty safe bet. It's a very large city. It's the capital of the north, the City of Splendors. It's located here on the Sword Coast. This is where the campaign will be taking place. I've just got this map here for reference so you know what the overland world looks like. It's very cold up in the frozen in the north. Winters are particularly harsh. However, you will all be experiencing this campaign in summer. Summers in Waterdeep are very splendid. Many travelers from all over come to Waterdeep to admire the many sights that Waterdeep has to behold, and also to perhaps make a fortune for themselves, as it's the most advanced civilization here in the north as well. There is obviously a Lord of Waterdeep, Lord Dagult Neverember, and Waterdeep is soon to change hands to a new open lord named Laurel Silverhand. But she is not the center of the politics in Waterdeep. There are masked lords, several of them, the numbers of which are not exact, but they are the ones that pull the strings behind the scenes. They remain anonymous. They attend their meetings wearing special robes, magical robes and masks that hide their identity. There they are avoid from corruption or any sort of bribery. because no one really knows who they are, and their identities are kept secret. You guys will notice that Waterdeep is also separated into many different wards. Some wards are not actually officially wards of Waterdeep, such as the Filled Ward, which is not even considered a part of Waterdeep itself, truly. It really lies outside the main wall. It's by far the most decrepit place in Waterdeep. It's a shanty town where there are leagues of homeless. Then you have the North Ward and the Sea Ward. The North Ward is sort of a middle upper class society. A lot of nobles live there. It's mainly residential, though there are many cafes, bars and shops. In the Sea Ward, you'll find many of the prestigious temples, such as the Temple of Beauty, the House of Inspired Hands, the House of Heroes, Fires of the Morning, and other infamous locations. There's also the Field of Triumph, which is a Colosseum, and the Blackstaff Tower, which is home to the most powerful spellcaster in Waterdeep. There is the Castle Ward to the south, which is more like the political district per se, and also home to many of the town's watch. Now there are two different types of watch. There's the city watch themselves that patrol the streets, and then the gate guards that sit atop the walls of Waterdeep, making sure that no unwanted visitors approach. And there are also Griffin cavalry that fly mounted, heavily armed knights that fly mounted on the backs of Griffin that patrol the air. There's the City of the Dead, which is an open park as well. Let me move on to the map, actually. Probably would help. City of the Dead is down here. It's a cemetery. However, it is just as much of a park, a public meeting place for recreation, with lakes, shops. Many picnic goers spend the day there. Further down south you have the Trades Ward, and that is where many of the guild houses are in Waterdeep, as well as a variety of shops. You can buy practically anything you want in Waterdeep, bar magic items, which obviously you'd have to fish around for. There's also the market as well. You can buy anything from the player's handbook. If you guys want to buy anything, you don't have to roleplay it. You can just cross the gold off of your character sheet and add it to your inventory. You'll find the prices in the player's handbook. I'll also be providing you with a handout. And we have the Dock Ward, which is the shadiest ward. A lot of sailors live there. You have all of the ships coming up from Luskan and down south from Am and from Cholt and whatnot, docking into the harbors here. And it's also home to a lot of criminals as well, who lurk in the shadows, snatch and grab, whatnot. And there's also the Southern Ward, which is down near the Weymouth and the South Gate, which is a bit of a conglomeration between the Dock Ward and the Trades Ward. You also see the Great Harbour, Deepwater Isle, and you have all of this lovely map to look at. On the left hand side here you'll see symbols for the various factions. You'll have a chance to join one of those factions if you want. Information about them can be found in the party folder. There are the Emerald Enclave, the Harpers, the Lord's Alliance, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Zentarum, and the Grey Hands. I don't believe anyone has the faction agent background, so you will need to try and join them yourselves as we progress with the story. For now, I've already gone through Teller with his backstory quite a while ago. We'll touch back base again. We'll brief again on that. You guys will be starting the campaign in the North Ward at Trollskull Alley. I'll explain how you guys got there. We'll work together with your backstory as well to tie your backstory into what's happening now. Did you want to start with yours, Sepra?
It's been a while since I've done the cat. So basically, Sepra's a halfling rogue. She basically on an adventure with other halflings into a cave. They got in trouble in the cave as a greenish haze, and all her friends fell ill and ended up dying. She was lucky enough to escape the cave, so because of that, I've given her the Haunted One background. So she carries stuff like a silver mirror, manacles, holy water, wooden stakes. Apart from that, she's quite cheery. She's a bit of a thief and pretty stealthy.
Okay. So she is almost a bit of an outlander in her own right. She doesn't really have a stable home, sort of travels from place to place, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, from now she does, yeah.
Okay. So you were exploring a cave, and you were terrified from what you heard and what you saw inside the cave, and you lost your friends there. I'm gonna say, as bad as that was, it was still a blessing in disguise because you managed to procure a small amount of gold. It was only 30 gold.
Okay.
Now the gold that you have is not going to be like the gold in Waterdeep in way of mintage, because gold in Waterdeep are called dragons. Gold coins are dragons. I'll give you guys a handout. Here's a handout of all the various coins. There's some artwork for you. And dragons themselves, they look like this. They're oddly shaped rectangular coins with Agaron's face, who is the founding father of Waterdeep, and a gold dragon.
Okay, so my gold's useless here?
It's not useless. Gold's still gold. It's just of a different mintage. However, you were trying to drown your sorrows in the Yawning Portal Tavern. Now, the Yawning Portal Tavern is a very, very popular haunt for adventurers and locals alike. It is a place where people come to meet, drink, and be joyous, but also for adventurers to come and descend down into the 40-foot diameter well that leads into Waterdeep's largest dungeon, Undermountain. Upon spending the night there, Sepra, you met with Dernan, the proprietor. Now, I'm going to give you a handout of friendly faces. Ella, you've already picked yours. I want you and Zaki to take a look at all of these handouts, and if you like, pick one to be your friend. They there's purposely just a quote and a small description of who they are. You will perhaps have known them for only a short while, and when you've picked them, just picked who you want to be friends with, you can just type it in the chat box. Tell her. Now, your friend, if I recall,
3 strings or something like that.
was 3 strings. Okay. Alright, so Teller is friend with 3 strings.
And you said that it was really bad at singing, or is
Yes.
it playing, or something like that?
He's a bard that plays a 3-string lute, and his voice is terrible. Absolutely atrocious.
I changed my avatar for my character, so is it possible to change the token to be like a avatar of my guy?
Sure.
Thank you.
I will. I probably not do that right now though, because it's going to take me a little bit of time to make that token and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, what did I just do? I just closed my page. Let me just fix that up. Whoops. Okay, I have to reload. All right, so who did I can't see at the moment. Who did you guys pick?
Just a Silvermane.
Jallister is a man in his mid-20s. He looks far older, though. You can tell that through the lines of his face that he's been through a lot. He always has a look of sorrow about him. He wears these oversized gloves. He's got lanky arms, oversized boots. Proudly displays his badge of the City Watch. Also, Lewis, if you could do me a favor, on your settings, if you could change your display name to have your character's name and then your name in brackets, that'll help me learn your character's name quicker and everyone else.
Sorry, do you want do you want Teller to be in brackets or my name, like Thomas, to be in brackets?
I think your actual name to be in brackets, because I'll always be referring to you guys as character names.
Okay.
And if you're talking, Rest, we can't hear you.
I said, how do I put my name into the brackets like you guys have done?
So in the top right hand corner, you'll see a little cogwheel icon called My
Yeah,
Settings.
settings bit. Oh, okay, there you go.
In display name, you just write it there and click save name, and it'll update.
Marvelous.
And who did you pick for your friend?
I can't remember the guy's name, but it was the human patron, the one that told the stories. I closed them and I was like, oh shit, I need to know his name.
That's the same as me. In that case, then I'll change my one to Bonnie. So I was over flip over both of them.
Oh, sorry, mate.
No, that's fine because I didn't know which one to pick anyway.
You can pick the same friend. So sorry, was it Durnan that you picked?
Oh, it might be that one.
Yes, the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Zaki's is Durnan,
Yeah.
and you're picking Bonnie. Did you say? Sepro.
No, I'll stick with Jallister then, because no one else has got him.
Oh yes, that's right. You're picking Jallister. Okay. So you probably went up to Jallister trying to report the fact that your friends were killed by this monster, horrible monster. That would have happened quite a little ways away. I would say probably near Nightstone. There is rows and rows of caves. It's kind of close to Waterdeep. We're talking. Let's have a look. About 35 miles away, so a couple of days' journey. You would have traveled up the high road and come to Waterdeep through the south gate. You were asked to pay a levy if you're planning to stay in Waterdeep for more than a 10-day. That's completely up to you if you wanted to have paid that or not, but they did tell you you will be fined furthermore if you don't pay your taxes and overstay your 10-day.
Okay.
Did you pay or not?
In this situation, I'd say yes, I did.
Okay. The tax for you was a single dragon, and that's going to take you up for 12 months.
Okay.
So you would have come through the south gate, headed up the way of the dragon, asked around for probably a room, and being pointed towards the Yawning portal.
Okay.
There you reported the crimes to Jallister Silvermane, seeing that he was a member of the Watch, proudly displaying his badge, and he tells you that unfortunately it's out of his jurisdiction. However, he is also a prominent member of the Lord's Alliance, and he says he'll add it to the agendas. He'll see to it that those caves are investigated in due time. The Lord's Alliance spread far and wide, and they wish to protect the realm. That night, as you were trying to drink away the horrible nightmares that haunted you, Dernan, the proprietor, he holds up a piece of paper. It's a title deed to a property, and he's selling it extremely cheap. The whole entire property for 90 dragons, we're gonna say. However, you only have 30. You could easily sell it the next day for double the price. Dernan just holds it up and sort of yells out above all of the mingled chatter and above Three Strings' awful discordant melody. And most people are too drunk or not really paying much attention, so you jump at the opportunity and offer 30 gold pieces. Dernan tells you that you've got 30 gold pieces and Teller has 30 gold pieces. If you can get someone else to throw in another 30 gold pieces, he'll sell it to you guys. You can go and sign the title deed that day, and it will be yours. It's a small shop or a small building in Trollskull Alley in the North Ward that's relatively abandoned, but as I mentioned, you could easily just sell it the next day and double your coin. So that's when we come to Zaki. Zaki, would you like to tell everyone your backstory?
Yeah, okay. So, obviously a Wood Elf Ranger. My mother was the spell singer of the clan where we lived. There was some complications during my birth where she passed away whilst giving birth to me. So my father looked after me as the only child. His name was Orion. He resented, but also loved me at the same time. But he could never truly love me for the pain that he felt that I caused him unintentionally. He was the lead ranger of the clan, and he trained me and looked after me till I was about 12, 13, that sort of age, and he had to leave the clan on a very important mission. I only heard snips of it, and that was they had discovered a disease that was approaching the forest, and he had to find a remedy. So he left me with some other rangers to train me, but I was bullied by the kids for looking a bit abnormal. I was born with 2 different eye colours, and eventually I ran away and stumbled upon a halfling ranger / druid, and his name was Danis. Danis trained me and also gave me lessons, and on that day when I ran away, I vowed that I would never treat anyone differently to how they looked or where they came from, and I would always use my skills to support and help anyone in need. As I grew with Danis and from my training and lessons, I wanted to go find my father, so I went to the nearest village of Amptil, and I made little bits of work using my skills by hunting and some light level work / creating furs, and I used to pick up on rumours of where my father was last seen, and I would then go to those towns and help people that were in need, but I was also making a bit of money to find out more about why my father was there, who was there, and the reason why I've come to Waterdeep today is because I heard my father was last seen here, and the sort of trail's gone cold, and that is my backstory.
Alright, maybe it didn't go quite too cold. So, large colonies of wood elves live in the high forest, which is a gargantuan woods in smack bang in the center of the north. There's also a colony of wood elves that live in the Waterdeep forest right next to Nightstone, and some in the misty forest southward, and most forests not the Crypt Garden Forest though, because that's home to a treacherous green dragon. And Neverwinter Woods is a mystical place in itself as well. But most of these woods have colonies of wood elves that live in them. Did you have a particular one? Or a preference?
Any. I'm not fussed, mate. Probably the first one you said.
Yeah, High Forest would definitely make sense. It's not too close to Waterdeep that it would sort of make sense that you maybe travel to several other villages before arriving at Waterdeep. And your trail did go cold. You did have a tip-off that he was last seen headed towards the Grand City, the Jewel of the North. You began your investigations looking for answers. And you spent many days trying to find follow up on this lead, but you weren't having you were not having much luck. You were also asked to register with the Magister if you're planning to stay more than a 10-day and pay a 1 dragon fee. Did you want to pay that?
Yes.
All right, you pay the 1 dragon. You also procured a small amount of dragons. In addition to the starting gold that you have, and that was equal to 30 dragons. You had heard now that your father was seen headed into the Yawning Portal Tavern. A group of elves from the Falconmere, which is like a sanctuary in the southern ward. It's a beautiful, pristine garden with fresh fruit, flowers, and druids and rangers live there. And they told you that your father did pass through the Falconmere and made a stop off a time ago, and he said he was headed to the Yawning Portal. He said that he was trying to recover an ancient elven throne that belonged to your people, and that it was down in Undermountain. Immediately, you traveled to the Yawning Portal Tavern. You tried to enter the well. However, Dernan, the proprietor, he has seen many adventurers go down into the Yawning Portal, and he has seen far few emerge. One of them being your father. He warned you that if you head down there, you'll most likely perish before even finding your father, and it would be foolish. Instead, he urges you to stay around Waterdeep, hone your skills, and when the time is right, meet some adventurers and head down into Undermountain. So, that's how you made friends with Dernan. He warned you not to go into the Yawning Portal, itself. It's a 40-foot diameter well, and the tavern was built around it. There's a winch and a pulley system. You're lowered down by a giant bucket down 140 feet into the first level. To go into there now for you guys, it would probably be suicide. So that night, Dernan gave you a free room as well as a gesture. He did remember your father as well, even if it was maybe 100 years ago. Dernan has a good memory, and there's something mystical about him. Although he's human, he seems like he's lived many lifetimes. So that night, among all the drunken revelry, I'm not sure if your character drinks or not.
Yes.
You were still focused enough to see Dernan holding up this title deed, and you thought, well, if you're going to be staying in Waterdeep, you're going to need your own place, and the rates for the Yawning Portal are not very cheap. You're not going to be able to sustain yourself. So with your 30 dragons, you find Teller and Sepra there with their 60 dragons combined, and with the 90 dragons, you each purchase the title deed to this small property. You head to the courthouse in Waterdeep, which is right near the castle. The castle is a large castle set on a precipice with a switchback road leading up, overlooking the city. For those of you in the UK, I'd say it probably represents like Edinburgh Castle. If you guys have seen photos of it or been there.
Been there. So.
Yeah, so it sort of looks down over the city, and it sort of stands up on this precipice on a hill. Anyway, the courthouse is among these buildings here. There are a few barracks and what's not. You guys head there, sign off the title deed, and you head over to Trollskull Alley to inspect the property. And that's where we're going to be starting the campaign, in Trollskull Alley at the property. This is a map of Trollskull Alley here. You've only just arrived. It's the first day of Flame Rule. It's the beginning of summer. The weather is nice. It's hot, but there's a very nice cool breeze being brung in from the ocean. It's very pleasant. People are flocking to the streets. There is a melee of wagons, drays, coaches, all different modes of transportation. You guys decide to walk because it's cheaper, and it might even be just as quick, given the amount of traffic. It's afternoon, just after high sun, when you guys arrive at your property. So you arrive to see this rickety, wooden, humble building. Well, I need to scale it, actually. It's not to scale. Let me scale it. Alright, it's not tremendously big. Oh wait, that's not right either. What is going on with the scale here? Oh, I did it 50 feet. It's supposed to be 5 feet.
Yeah, I'm about to say 50 foot is fairly big.
Each square is 5 feet. So it's what, like 30 by 45 feet. It's not very big at all. There's 3 rooms. There are no furnishings per se. Many of the walls are missing bits of wood. You can see through the gaps outside. There are halflings singing in the wind, and the place is full of life. Trollskull Alley itself seems to be a middle upper class area of Waterdeep. There are many noble houses, gated off estates. As you all just look around, there is cobwebs in the corners of the roofs and dust lining the floor. There is a single wooden table in one of the corners of the room, and it is pretty much broken, and that's the only piece of furnishing. As you all come in to inspect, what do you guys think? I mean, there's no furnishings in here. It is what it is, just a simple wooden building.
Can I try and go and fix a table?
You think you could probably fix it if you had some tools, or how are you intending to fix it?
Right, see what's broken with it first of all. Is it the legs or the
table itself has snapped in half, and it's sort of just someone's tried to maybe put it back together. It's curtained in cobwebs.
Well, I got a hammer and some pittons.
I've got some rope that maybe we could use just to tie up a little bit. I don't know if you want to use the rope on it or not, though.
I mean, you could certainly tie it together a bit more.
I don't know how much of an impact that will have on the place.
That's true.
You can't really polish, really.
So I'm gonna look around the floorboards and things, see if any of them, seem a bit odd.
Some tiny rats crawl out of some of the floorboards. There's a little hole in the floor. Harmless rats. They just squeak and run out of the place.
Sneak attack.
So we're just recently, we just recently came into this place, right?
Yeah, you literally just got here now in Trollskull Alley.
Okay. So the first thing that Teller's gonna say when he got in is gonna be Teletorellist, property owner. So guys, how do we make money out of this place?
We sell it.
We could sell it. We said we get twice the money for it.
Ooh. I like you. You're a thinker.
How much? How much? If we bought it for 90, so if we sell it, let's say 180, how long would 180 last 3 people in this city?
Oh, it would last a very long time.
Yeah.
Most rooms are only a few nib per day. Nib are copper pieces.
Oh.
As you guys are inspecting the property, you hear a voice calling out in the distance. Stop! Stop! Thief! Thief! Stop there! Come back! And
I didn't do anything!
This creature just bursts in through the northern entrance. There's where the door would be if you had a door there. A small purplish creature with a very large head and large claws. It's got a coin pouch in its hand. It sort of looks around with you with these large yellow eyes. Boggle, 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 boggle. It looks like this.
Can we identify what it said at all? Or do we know if it's just kind of random words or is it a particular language?
Show me your language proficiencies.
How do I bring that up? Where is it?
Oh. Zepro, you understand. It's actually speaking in Sylvan. It's saying,
What does it say?
I've got some coins. Someone hide me here.
Huh. Guys, does this property come with a free ugly monster?
A free servant!
Boggle. You see all of this oil sort of being excreted from its flesh, and it's leaving behind these very, very visible oily footsteps. Boggle. And it just sort of jumps into the room and it attempts to go and hide underneath the table.
Can we tell that Separate understands him?
Yeah, I'll say, oh, he's looking for somewhere to hide. Then I'll run up and I'll help him to try and get under the table. Can I do a sleight of hand check to try and take the point cat?
Sure.
Well, first of all, I found it very rude that he would just barge into my property like this. So, what's going on here?
Yeah. How did he obtain this
Come on.
money?
Separate, you try to snatch the coin pouch out of his hand, and he pulls the coin pouch back. Wow, my coin! Stop, thief! You can hear a voice closing in, and the boggle sort of.
Can I
bears
go
teeth.
towards the front of the house just to peep to see the same thief?
Sure. You head out towards the front door, and you see this tubby little man with a floppy hat and a handlebar mustache sort of running down the street. He's clearly out of breath. Stop that! And you can see clear footsteps leading. Like you can see that he's following the footsteps that's leading directly into the property. Stop! Thief! Where did he go? You there? Did you see a little purple man? He ran right into your shop. Tell him to come out here now. He stole a coin from me.
Where exactly did he steal this coin from? Your purse or from your shop?
He stole it from
How did it occur?
my belt. Why?
How much? How much coin?
That is beside the point. The fact is that he stole. Do you understand who I am? My name is Volo, infamous scholar, author, and adventurer. Now I demand that you bring the creature out and return my coin to me.
You're more than welcome to come and speak to the creature yourself, but I don't want to dirty really my hands with needless violence. We can settle this, without violence and anger.
But who's to say that the coin belongs to you in the first place anyways, right? So the coin is in our property, and does that mean that the coin now belongs to us?
Why, that is theft! I'll have you know that I'm a very important member of society in Waterdeep. And stealing is not okay. I'll have this reported to the Watch! Watch! Watch!
Do you have any proof?
Why, there's witnesses, I'm sure.
Well,
What do you think, guys?
we don't have one to cause any trouble, and it is very important.
I say we can just give him the money back. You know, this is our first night in our, you know, new town, new house. I don't want to cause trouble. Keep my head down, really.
But I haven't seen any creature coming through, so I'm not quite sure what he's talking about.
Make it a
Did you guys see anything? Alright, okay, wait. 17.
Well, I think you may have had your eyes closed. What are these oily footsteps? They're leading right into your property. It is clear the creature came this way. Now, let me get my coin pouch back, and there'll be no need to get the Watch involved. I mean you no harm. In fact, I'll even give you a reward.
How much would it give us?
5 dragons each. What do you say?
Come right in, sir!
Alright, as you look in, the boggle is shaking his head.
Boggle, 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 boggle.
What's he saying?
He's saying,
I'm not giving the coin back. You'll have to take me alive.
and then it grits its teeth and displays its claws, and then it just jumps at Teller. We're gonna roll initiative. Alright, so API rolls initiative for everyone, and Zaki, you, my good sir, are going first.
Right, okay. I obviously get my bow that was on my back, strap it, pull an arrow, and just say, Sepra, tell him to calm down. There's no need for mindless violence. And I'm just going to slightly move as well. But I don't really want to fight or cause a ruckus. So that's all I'm going to do in my turn.
Okay. When you finish your turn, you'll see a EOT button in that big purple box. If you click that, that's end of turn. That'll move on to the next person. You should also find one on your screen, and when you have your token selected, it'll be in like the bottom left-hand corner.
Top left.
Or top left. It always changes. Do you find it?
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh. The API crashed, I think. Oh no. It was just lagging. Sepro.
So, with a sneak attack, could you do it non-lethal?
You can do melee attacks non-lethal, whether it's sneak attack or... Sneak attack is always... It just mimics the damage of your attack.
So, yeah, I went up to him, I've drawn my daggers, and I whack him non-lethal.
Okay. And that hits.
Nice.
How do you do the attack rolls? Is it random, or how does that happen?
Yeah, when you click on your attack, so when you have your sheet open, you'll see like in the middle part, there's like attacks and spell casting. You click on the name of the attack, and it'll come up, including your attack bonus.
Okay.
And then when you click the name of the weapon, such as like dagger, in the chat box, it'll come up with the damage. Now, Sepra, you don't have anything giving you sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Suppose
So
I'm not being a rogue.
You attack with the dagger for 6 piercing damage, and then you bonus action attack again for another 1. 7 points of damage. The boggle looks a little bit hurt, and now it really grits its teeth and has this sinister look on its face.
How'd you get the animation of like the stabbing and stuff? It's really.
Oh, I'll tell you after the game.
I've actually got a YouTube video that you guys should
Not,
watch.
not his first rodeo, huh?
Yeah, he plays with me in another game as well. I'll link you guys a video after this session with like 10 tips that will help you 10 like basically Roll20 tricks that will help you out tremendously. And I've got another tutorial on how to make GIFs and sound effects and stuff too. Alright, so this boggle, it does not like that Sepra. It's excreting this black ooze, and it is going to excrete this oil as a bonus action on its skin, and then it just tries to grab you. Make an athletics or acrobatics check, Sepra. Alright, it tries to grab onto you with this like thick black ooze coating its hands, and you quickly jump up and sort of kick the table in the way. And then it starts running off, and it provokes an opportunity attack from Sepra and Zaki.
Oh, from Zaki or Teller?
Sorry, from Sepra and Zaki. Not from you, Teller. I'll put on the grid for you guys while we're in combat too, just to make it easier to see where the squares are.
So I click on journal, I click on me, and then I click on my longbow. Is that right? Or short sword?
You can't yeah.
It'd be short sword, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you have the short sword out, then yes. I'm not sure what weapon you had out. The dagger hits from you.
I had my longbow out. Is it too short range to do it?
Yeah, it has to be a melee attack.
Okay, so I only had my longbow out, so I can't attack then.
Yep.
No.
No,
Okay.
not with a ranged attack. Alright, 5 piercing damage. You manage to stab it again, Sepra, and it's excreting more of this black ooze as it heads towards the southern exit. Hello.
I'm gonna try to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it.
Okay.
Do I have to click on the spell?
Yeah, if you find the spell in your spell casting section, on your spell section, click that. It'll automatically reduce your spell slots. It'll give you a concentration marker, and it'll bring up the description. It makes a wisdom save. It fails, and then suddenly it just sort of slips over in its own ooze, and then falls prone. It starts giggling, and it's incapacitated.
Taylor's gonna quickly run up to it, and then can I use my like free object interaction and pick up the coin first?
Yeah, you can. You can do that. It sort of it drops it from its hand, and you swoop it up, snatch it up.
And does dropping an item cost any action economy at all?
No, dropping an item doesn't actually. It's free to drop an item.
So at this point, Teller just kind of like pretend to like fumble the bag of gold so that everything just spills all over the place.
Alright. So alright, so you spill the gold out everywhere.
Oh shit!
About 100 dragons fall out all over the floor. A lot of it just sort of sticks to the ground though from this sticky ooze that the boggle has sort of excreted. It's like tar. The coins are sort of stuck to the floorboards, and a lot of them roll out everywhere.
I'm sorry! And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so is he still incapacitated with laughter?
Yeah.
Would I be able to obviously get close to him and I guess it'll be a grapple, attempt to tie him with my rope?
Yep, you can use your action to tie him with a sleight of hand check. whatever you get on the sleight of hand will be the DC for him to escape.
Okay. And so how do I do that? I just click on my character sheet and then click on the sleight of hand.
Yep. Most of the things that you do, you click on the name of, and it'll bring them up for you.
Okay, that's done then.
All right, a 20 is a very good rope. Ty, you've got him secured quite well. He's now restrained as well.
Okay. I guess would I be able to shout to the guy outside and be like, "Look, we've got him."
He's sort of coming like to take a look inside, and yeah, he's plainly visible. I'll add him to the initiative order as well. He doesn't look like he's like armed or going to get involved in much of a way, but he's there.
I don't know if there's a like sort of bonus action, like maybe sweep up some of the gold that's on the floor without anyone seeing.
You could make a sleight of hand check to try and grab some coins as you're tying the rope as an interactive object.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, roll me 2d6.
How do I do that? Sorry.
In the chat box, /R, and then do a space, 2d6.
Yeah.
That's it. Alright, you snatch up 5 dragons.
Yes. And
no one seems to notice. Well, Volo doesn't seem to notice it.
And that's the end of my go.
Did I
Yeah.
see it?
So.
Did I see?
Yes. No, you actually didn't see that either, Teller. You just sort of saw Zaki just tying up the boggle, and he inadvertently grabbed some coins as he was tying the rope. Right, Volo cheers you on.
Good job! Good job! Capture that fiend!
And that's all he does. Sepra.
So I'm going to go here. I've just realised I've got a set of manacles, so I'm going to try and put the manacles on him.
Okay. You can just do that as an action. He's incapacitated, so he ain't doing nothing. He automatically fails all checks.
Okay, and then I'll also try and start hand some coins up. Oh dear, badly.
Alright, Volo sees you.
What are you doing? They're mine! Hands off!
Do I see it?
Picking them up.
Yeah, everyone sees it plainly. If your passive
worst
perception
rogue.
is over 10, you see it. Or if it's over 8, I mean.
Shock on you, Sephra. Gee. You should not be stealing another man's gold.
I'm not. I'm just picking them up. They're everywhere.
Throw him that shit.
Good job.
Alrighty. Is that your EOT? I'm
Yes,
actually
it is,
going to
sorry.
break the turn order because the boggle is pretty much captured now.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a lot of coins.
Alright, as you guys start picking them up, Volo sort of rushes in.
Thank you. Return them to me now.
Oh, of course, sir. Of course. These are your coin after all, right?
Yes, I know how much is in there as well.
I tried to pocket some.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check.
I love the anticipation of it.
Here. Let me help you pick it up real quick. No!
He sees you.
How dare you? Do you think you can just steal from me? I'll have you know that is illegal in Waterdeep. I'm getting the watch.
No, Mr. Wallington. You said that you owed us 5 coin for helping this guy, right? So I'm just cutting off the middleman, you know? Get straight to the money. So, you paid me. You paid my 5 coins.
Make a deception check.
Goddamn lie. Oh, okay.
Ah, yes, sir. I guess, sir. That's taking initiative, isn't it?
Well,
Very
it's-
well.
what's the year right now?
It's 1496 DR.
Well, it's 1496. A guy's gotta take initiative, sir.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, so, well, you keep those 5 coins.
And then he starts sort of counting them up.
1, 2.
Well, you said 5 coins for all of us, so I'll also take 5. And we've got this oily thing all wrapped up for you.
I think that counts as another 5 each. You've even got the culprit here.
Sort of counts them up.
Wait, there's 5 coins missing.
Maybe he swallowed them.
Yeah, maybe he dropped them as he was entering the building.
I'm telling you one thing, mister. I am not going through the thing's guts looking for coins. You're welcome to do so, but out of our property, please. It's really dirty. And we just got this place.
Yes, I guess there are many floorboards here. The coins could have fallen down, and I wouldn't put it past this creature to swallow them. However, I must inform the city watch so they can dispose of this fiend.
Would you like to have a seat and kind of like tell us about what's going on here? And Heller kind of like gestures him to like sit on the floor.
Of course, but we shall not hamper justice. Let me just get a watch member. Watch!
And actually, a watch member has already started making their way from earlier when Volo was calling out. So you see this guard come up. He's wearing an open steel helm. He's got a large spear in his hand.
Oh! Even better, a city guard! What seemed to be the problem here then? This creature! This vile purple creature! It robbed me in broad daylight! Well, what is that then? Oh, that's horrible! What is this filthy thing? What is this black shit all over the ground here? Explain what's happening. Talk truth now. Any of you
That's a good
involved in
point,
this
actually.
incident? Are you harboring it?
No, it just ran into our house randomly. We've literally just bought the place, and
It's coming
Volo
up for us.
followed it. Yeah, Volo followed it, and we captured it. And I think, Volo should cover really the mess that this guy's created. We've captured this fellow. You could take him to justice, but we're going to be a bit out of pocket here, cleaning all this mess up.
Weapons down now,
it's-
on the ground, all of you.
What for?
You're in the presence of a city guard. I will not have you brandishing weapons in my presence.
We're not allowed them in our home?
You are, but I'm giving you an order.
Can I put them all down apart from one dagger and behind my
Yep, you can
belt?
slide a hand a dagger.
I don't have any weapons out, sir.
Yeah, I had no weapons out either.
Alright then. This will be quick then.
And he moves forward and just stabs the creature with the spear. And it just dissolves into this black puddle of ooze.
Vile thing that is.
Takes the spear out.
Well,
Have you done that outside?
Yeah, why
Here-
have you done that inside? You've now created a mess in our house we just bought.
The city, the city council has got to hear about this. This is our property. You're making a mess, and then it's your fault in the first place that this creature is here and is stealing money from the good people of Waterdeep. I shall not stand for this. Your boss will hear about this, so clean it up and give me some money.
hold on then. Are you trying to blackmail me? I'll have you know that is a very serious crime. You think of your words, boy. Now, I'm going to overlook the fact that you've been brandishing weapons, even with due cause. And I'll be sure that dung sweepers stop by and clean up this mess. You need to trust in the City Watch a bit more. And I'll have you know that many crimes have been committed here today that I'm willing to overlook. As a gesture of good faith. Now, I want you each to take a look at this. And he hands you guys a copy of the Code Legal. You all new to this city then, are ya?
Yes, we are.
Well, you best get
I guess.
very familiar with the Code Legal.
For now, I'm gonna leave. And stay safe.
G'day, mate.
Yep.
Alright, he just leaves, leaving the mess all over the ground.
Why? Oh, the city watch. Well, I guess, to be fair, he's just a gate guard. Still, if we wait for them to get around to taking care of all the legal matters, why? We better hope that we're elves. The amount of time that will take will age a many 10 day, a many year. Now,
Haha.
we'll have your rewards.
Mr. Volotep? Is that how you say your name?
Gadam.
Volotep.
At
Oh.
your service.
So my name is Teletroellis, and you've caused us quite a bit of a mess today, as you can see. And he kind of like point at the mess on the floor, and then just kind of look at him.
Sorry, you're saying that I was responsible that this creature ran into your property and started excreting all this horrible ooze?
Well, if it wasn't
You
running
were-
from you, it wouldn't be here, would it?
He's a thief!
Exactly.
What do you want from me?
Maybe like an apology, or like when you yeah, we're just 3 innocent townspeople that has been brought upon this mess by you chasing this creature into our property which is like brand new, and look at it now, it's like filled with cobwebs and stuff. Must be due to this creature for sure.
Yes, brand new. Surely you can see that I'm the victim here in this crime, and the perpetrator has been dealt with. I'm sorry, but I did not cause it to run into your property.
You said you was famous here. What are you famous for?
He strokes his mustache, adjusts his floppy hat, tightens his scarf.
Yes, Voltham Gadam, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service. I'm a famous author. Surely you've heard of my books. Volo's Guide to Monsters, Volo's Guide to Oozes, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Spectres, Volo's Enchiridion. Have you?
Have I? Can I like, have I heard of it?
You can make a history check.
Should we all make a history check, or?
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know he's actually quite an infamous figure teller. He's a famous author, indeed, and people usually line up to get a book signing. You have heard recently that he's returned from Cholt, where he's promoting his latest book, and you've heard similar as well, Zaki. Separate, you don't really know the guy.
So, we're new to this town. Can you point us in any directions of work, or where to find work, or places to go?
Well. I trust you may have noticed some violence in our fair city in these past 10 days, have you not?
And you guys have heard like a couple of rumors about some like gang violence between rival factions, but you don't really know too much about it. You haven't really seen any firsthand.
Why, I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. But now I fear I have misplaced a friend amid this odious malevolence. My friend, Loony Woony. Aye, he's got more beauty than brains. I worry that he took a bad way home a couple of nights ago, and he may have been kidnapped or worse. If you agree to track him down, with all due haste, of course, I'll offer you a further 5 dragons apiece right now, and I'll give you 10 times that if you can find him. May I prevail upon you in my hour of need?
I mean, that seems quite dangerous. That sounds like a low amount of money. Can you make it any more? I mean, you are famous.
Excuse me. I think you may misunderstand what I said. I'm offering you 100 dragons.
Mr. Volo, right?
Yes?
I am pleased to help you. I've heard about you. I've read all your books. He haven't actually read any of his books. I read about all your books. It's great. I love that part when you say that thing about the other thing. We would be glad to help you with anything, sir.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Oh, well, I can assure you it is a very handsome reward indeed, and I'm afraid I can't do any more coin than that. But what I can do is offer you all a drink. Would you accompany me to the Yawning Portal Tavern?
That sounds good.
Excellent.
Far away.
Why, we'll catch a dray.
A what?
A dray. Oh, you are new.
And drays are these double-decker large carriages with glass paneling on the lower floor and these iron circular steps that lead up to the second floor. It's drawn by 2 large horses. It's quite a spectacle in Waterdeep, actually. I'll give you guys a handout of the different modes of transportation, and I'll tell you a little bit about some of the transportation methods as well. So, we have here the dray on the left. You'll see it's being drawn by 4 horses. Then you also have a coach, which is a private 1 or 2 person mode of transportation led by a single horse, and they'll you basically hire them and they'll valet you anywhere you want for the entire day. Prices for those can be quite expensive though, about up to 5 shards or more depending on the circumstance. Drays, however, are very cheap. They're a few nib mostly.
Why, I'll even throw in a shard to pay for the dray for all of us.
Shards are silver pieces, and earlier I mentioned nibs. These are nibs, they're copper pieces.
So what do you say? Round of drinks on me?
I can't see why not. My
I
house
would
sleeping
be
here tonight.
happy to. I am your biggest fan, like, biggest.
Oh, yes, of course. Don't you worry. I'll be sure to sign any books that you have of mine. Bring your collection now. Wherever you
as you can see, we just
keep
moved
it
to...
under the floorboards or something.
Do you happen to have a, like, brand new copy or something that you can just sign for me? Maybe, like, a copy or 10?
I'm afraid I'm all out after my latest expedition to Chult. Why, I sold out, I'm afraid. But do stay tuned. My newest rendition of Volo's Guide to Spectres and Spirits will be released soon. I've been researching thoroughly.
Volvo, quick question if I may ask.
Oh, certainly.
You seem a man of, great knowledge on monsters and other such worldly beings. Did you ever, by chance, meet a person called Orion Brian?
I tell you, I travel far and wide to the far reaches of Massacre, and beyond. The Dale lands, further north, and all over. I meet many people, and I have trouble remembering some names, I will admit. I'm afraid I'm not particularly familiar with that name. My apologies. Someone special to you?
Yeah, no bother. Thank you, though.
Oh, a missing person too?
My father.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's no worries.
My poor Floon. What is this world coming to? people just disappear. Oh, please, let us drink, and I'll tell you more about where I last saw him over a cup of Flamebeard's fire brandy.
So Volo heads with you guys. You head west from Trollskull Alley onto the high road, where you there catch a dray. And
So, is Waterdeep, is it a human city?
from what you've seen, primarily humans is the main demographic. In fact, most of the other races are quite rare.
And Volo is human.
Yep, Volo is a human.
Are elves and halflings welcome here?
Oh yes, all races are welcome in Waterdeep.
And I'm assuming Teller is a bard. Is a human bard?
Human bard, yeah.
Okay, you guys head down the high road, and as you're, are you guys riding in the top of the dray or the bottom?
At the top, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, excellent choice. It does provide a view of many attractions of Waterdeep. You come by many cats alley where you see hundreds and hundreds of cats perched atop the roofs of houses and filling the streets. You also notice one of the walking statues of Waterdeep, the God Catcher, a 90-foot tall alabaster statue of a man sort of knelt down on one knee, holding a large sphere that floats. It actually floats above his hand. It sticks up well above all of the surrounding buildings, and you see people gathered around the base of it, and there's even scaffolding around the statue itself, and small houses that have been built into it and hollowed out from the statue itself. You guys don't really know anything about them. You've just sort of seen them here and there. In fact, there's another one that you pass as well, named the Great Drunkard. And I'll give you guys more information about these walking statues in the way of the Enchiridion, but I'm not going to go on about them in great detail. So it's just a thing that you guys see, and you get off at this intersection here and follow Volo as you head down to the Yawning Portal Tavern, in which you enter. You get off the dray.
Are you... Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
I'm gonna talk to Volo a little bit.
Of course.
Mr. Volo, are you from Waterdeep?
Not originally, no. I am not, no.
And what brings you to Waterdeep?
Why, I have come here to study specters and spirits for my latest book. I've just purchased a property myself. In fact, we're neighbors.
Oh.
Well, not that I'll be staying in there. The place is... Yes. I do very much enjoy my research into spirits, too. Not just the incorporeal kind, mind you.
He seems eager to get into the Yawning Portal Tavern.
And I follow him.
Alright, you guys come to the Yawning Portal Tavern. It's as you guys know, a famous inn and tavern located in the Castle Ward. It's a stone building with a slate roof, several chimneys. You enter through the ground floor, and the ground floor is mostly taken up by the tavern's common room. As you enter in, you see a vast variety of patrons. And Volo looks around.
Ah, smell that fresh, sweet scent of liquor.
You notice immediately the large well in the center of the Yawning Portal Tavern, and your friends are there. You see Dernan, the proprietor, behind the bar. He's
I give him a quick nod of acknowledgement.
he gives you a nod as well. Sort of says quite in a low tone,
Welcome.
You notice Jalister as well, Sepra, who's tapping his oversized boots anxiously, and gives you a big smile as you enter, as he notices you, and
Nod back.
he waves to you to sort of maybe come over. And Three Strings is right there, singing a discordant melody. Heroes are alive with the sound of Waterdeep's sweet, soothing songs.
Boo! And then I nod to him.
Welcome, Teller! He just tries to ignore the boos. It's almost as if he's just become immune to them at this stage.
Okay, then I'll walk over to the chap that's calling me over.
Ah, yes, Sepra. Hello there. Ah, my little halfling friend. How are you on this fine day?
Wow, we're good. We've got a house here now, so it's been a good day.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad to see you're finding your feet here in our fair city. I remember when I came here from the distant land of Cormyr many, many years ago. It was not easy, but look where I am now. An outstanding member of the City Watch.
You know, they don't call me Swift Step for nothing, so I'm easily finding my...
Ah, excellent. Excellent. Come, do you have time to share a mead? On me.
Of course. A small bead.
He's sitting there with this grizzled-looking warrior wearing plate mail, who doesn't really talk or do much to acknowledge you. Bonnie! Bonnie sort of awkwardly comes over. You see her carrying a platter of drinks, and she's walking like super, super slow, trying to balance them. Yes. Can I get you something? Can I have a pint and a half pint for my friend here? Yes, of course. Many adventures pass through the Yawning portal. You should try the ale. Many of them try the ale. There you go.
Thank you. What's the ale called?
It's Flamebeard's Firebrand. It seems to be quite popular at this time of year.
Must be Dwarven. I'll just give it a go.
Ah, yes. It is a fine drink indeed. In fact, every time I sip it, it brings back memories for me. You have a moment to lend an ear for me, Sepra.
Yeah, what did you ask him?
I want to tell you a story. It just reminded me seeing this Flamebeard's Firebrandy. You see, it is only recently myself that I have returned to our fair city of Waterdeep. I was stationed up at Icewind Dale for the past 3 years. There I was trying to catch a bandit by the name of the Weevil. Yes, I had heard that his favorite drink was Flamebeard's Firebrandy. However, it was so expensive, so very expensive. I colluded with the barkeep at one of the taverns in Brine Shander. I thought if we could make Flamebeard Firebrandy popular there, it may attract the Weevil. However, as I mentioned, it's too expensive for us to possibly drink and make so popular, so by God, we would take Mirabari and Rotgut, and we would relabel the barrels as Flamebeard's Firebrandy. Funnily enough, many of the sellswords, they couldn't even tell the difference. Yes, drinking that now, it reminds me how I should have never left Waterdeep. Oh.
Nice. It seems like you've had a changing career though since then. You're City Watch now.
I made many sacrifices in those 3 years, Sepra, my friend. Yes, it is true. I received a promotion for my efforts, even though I never did catch the Weevil. But at what cost? And you can tell he seems a little bit troubled.
I'm sure you'll get the Weevil. If you ever need any help, just ask.
No, that ship has long sailed, my friend. I just wish I never left. But You don't need to worry about it, Sepro. We just look towards the future now. Thank you for lending your ear for my tale.
Okay, and who's this man you're talking next to you?
This is Sir Ambrose. He's a member of the Emerald Enclave, a fellow knight of Tyr. He's been stuck patrolling the city of the dead, though he can only find time to drink during the day. He just the grizzled knight gives you a nod.
Well, at least you got an excuse to drink in the day.
Yeah, good excuse. Well, I wish you luck, Sepra. I can tell that you're quite the busy little halfling, so I'll let you to get onto it then.
Okay, I'll sort of look over that big hole.
Curious, my little friend? You just see darkness down there. There's a rope and pulley system and a bucket stationed at the top.
Yeah, but it's too dark for me, I think, at the moment.
Oh yes, I don't think you were prepared quite enough to head down there, my little friend. Alright, what do you do when you enter Tella?
My first step in, I'm just gonna do the thing with 3 strings, and then I'm gonna shout out, I present to you Mr. Volo!
Alright, there's a lot of chatter happening, and even it's that time of day where a lot of people are finishing work and starting to pile into the tavern for a drink. And you do get the attention of a few people that look over, and Volo sort of adjusts his scarf as he looks like he gets ready to have a line of people come over to him and approach him, and he sort of puts his both hands on the wooden table. No one comes over. Oh, I'm sure you didn't say it loud enough. Well, let's not bother these people. I'm sure they'll recognize me. I get recognized all the time.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I'll get the next round of drinks.
He calls over Bonnie, who gets you a flagon of ale or wine.
Are we around the pit in the middle right now?
Yep, this is the giant well here. You guys are sitting quite close to it.
So I'm gonna kind of stand at the edge a little bit and then kind of look down. Do I see anything?
You just see darkness.
Careful now, don't fall in.
Call me crazy, but isn't this very dangerous to have in a bar where people get intoxicated all the time?
I'm
and
sure
it's
it is.
probably terrible for the acoustics as well.
Oh yes, I'm sure that's why 3 Strings is still trying to find his voice. Well, I can assure you, Durnan is a prestigious member of Waterdeep society, invaluable, and he seems to have done well. In fact, he was the first one that went down into the tavern, into the well. You'll see, it is not just a well. It is all that remains of a sunken stone tower that belonged to a mad wizard. Also, it was first tunneled out by the Malarkin dwarves, who came to Waterdeep and worked with elves to mine resources, but they never returned once the elves left. Durnan and his friend Mert, they headed down there to plunder it for treasures, and they came up wealthy, amassed a hoard of treasure. Durnan, he decided to build a tavern around the well, and now he charges people to head down, and Mert became a famous moneylender. Both of them are prestigious members in society.
Have you been down there, Mr. Volo?
Oh no, I'm no fighter. I just take notes. I write. I observe.
Must interest you for your research, no?
Oh, yes. I've done many an interview of those that have come back, but they are far and few in between.
What have you learned from them? Anything interesting at all?
Many of them come out scared, saying the place is haunted. They don't get any further than the first level. Or they say that the first level is full of vampires. Many are too scared to enter or return.
How many levels are there?
No one knows for certain. I've heard there's well over 20. Some say hundreds, some say thousands.
Hmm.
So, Saki, what do you do when you enter?
Obviously, nodded to Duran. That's his name.
Yeah.
And then obviously head over with Volo to the table, and I have a brief look down the well, and then I heed Doran's words of wisdom, and then order myself a drink.
Okay, Volo is sure to cover the cost of the drink. And you sit around this sturdy wooden table. There is plenty of lighting in here, in the way of lanterns sitting on some of the tables, and brightly burning candles as well. You start to amass a litter of plates, half-drained tankards, as you order food, sit and drink, laugh and tell stories. You can hear the sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearby. They do a good job of drowning out three strings as discordant melodies.
Where's the gambling taking place?
There's a table here.
I go over and just see if there's room for an extra one to do a friendly wager.
Yeah, I'll also go with you.
Alright, you see two halflings, a human man and a gnome woman, and they're playing a dice game. And they look at you all, and you ask them if there's room at the table, and they give you very, very cold looks.
You know, I'm just new to the city, and in my travels before, I've played plenty of gambling games, and I really enjoy them. I was just curious if there's a room at your table.
Of course. Care for a game of Dragon Dice?
I'm familiar with this one. Would you be able to briefly explain the rules for myself?
Of course. We each roll 2 4-sided dice. And the house, which will be me, the gnome is speaking. I will keep one of my rolls a secret. We then continue to roll 4-sided dice, while I keep my dice secretly hidden. And the goal is to get as high as you can to the number 11 without going over. When you place your bets, you reveal your number, and then the results will be shared. So it's sort of like blackjack.
Yeah, but with dice. Okay.
Yep.
And what's the wager?
Buy-in starts at 10 dragons.
How many dragons do we have now? Do I have the 30 gold, or is that gone?
That's gone for the title deed. You just have your starting gold and whatever you got from Volo. You should have.
How do I know my starting gold? Because obviously I just did it on
it's from your class and background, and then you should have an extra additional. Oh yeah, Volo gives you guys another 5 dragons as well when you get to the tavern. So you guys should have 5
plus 10
plus another 5. Yep, and then
I have another 5 because I
another 5
increased
as
them
well.
up.
So what's the starting gold? A haunted one.
a look. That is like a custom background from, I think, the Curse of Strahd module. It should tell you.
I'm at 20 right now because I think I start with 15 and then I got the 5 from Volo.
Just have
Bear with me, I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
quickly-
Curse of Strahd. It says.
I'm not sure Haunted one. I'd have to like go into Curse of Strahd and look that up. Or D&D Beyond. But for Outlander, and you get it from your class and race.
Yeah.
Outlander starts with 10 GP. You get a star
Okay,
for hunting
so,
trap a
yeah.
trophy from an animal, set of travel's clothes in a pouch containing 10 GP.
Is that 10 dragons or 10 gold pieces?
Yeah, dragons are gold pieces.
Okay, cool. So it's
So-
25 in total.
Yeah, this is what they call them in Waterdeep.
Okay, excellent. I put my 10 down on the table and I said, let's play.
Excellent. Alright, so everyone who's playing, write how much you're betting.
Can you just give me a sort of a figure for my starting gold?
Do you have access to the Haunted one?
I do.
Does it
Yeah,
say-
but it's the
what is-
starting. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say
what is
anything
it-
about
what
the
is-
starting gold.
what equipment does it say?
Equipment is monster hunting pack, common clothes, one trinket of special significance, gothic trinket, then harrowing events, feature heart of darkness.
Oh, you don't have any gold then if it doesn't say any. Don't you get like a holy water or something, like a monster hunter?
Yes.
pack? Yeah.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
That's what you get instead, because holy water
Okay.
is pretty expensive.
Okay.
And then you're a rogue, right?
Mhm.
So then you'll look at your rogue class and see if I think classes get just equipment. So yeah, you don't have you've only got the 10 then from Volo.
Okay. I'll bet it all.
Alright. Throw it in the chat what you're betting. Zaki's betting 10. Pepper's betting 10. Are you betting any?
Nope.
Alright, you guys roll 2d4 each, and I'll roll 1d4.
In
in
secret
the
or
open.
just?
And then 1d4 in secret.
Do we do ours in secret or in open?
No, you guys do yours in the open.
What, just 2d4?
Yep.
So it was
Oops,
slash
sorry. That's wrong dice.
roll it. Roll D4, wasn't it?
Yep.
2D4.
Okay. She reveals her dice, a 3.
So what's that mean?
So now now is when you'll place your bets. So you guys bet 10 gold. And
Yep.
then, you get to choose to be hit or stand.
And what's the break limit again?
11.
So if we hit again, do we get 2D4 or 1D4?
Just 1d4.
Okay, hit.
Okay.
We'll say
roll
hit.
a d4.
Eight.
Alright, so Sepra, you've got
6 in total.
6, and Zaki, you've got
I got 8.
Do you guys want to hit again?
Yes. Are you hitting again?
Yeah, I've probably already done it.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Alright, so Sepra, you've got
8 now.
and
I've got 9.
You guys want to hit again?
Oh.
So we're trying to get as close to 15 and not go over?
11.
Just close. Alright, so got the more dice the better.
Yeah, but
Somewhat-
if you go over 11, you bust.
Is there a way that I could potentially roll 2 dice secretly?
What do you mean?
As in, basically roll 2 and then take one of the scores, but by doing it secretly at all.
That would be extremely difficult. But you
Okay,
can
I'll take that as a no then.
Hand check.
I'll take that as a no. Wow. I'm gonna stick on 10.
I'm gonna roll again.
Saki holds at 10.
Oh, you damn git!
Sepra gets 11. And
Ugh.
she reveals her dice. She gets 9. So that's a stand with you, Zaki. And Sepra, you win 10 dragons.
I beat her, no?
Oh,
I
what
got
did you
10.
get? Oh, you got
10.
10. Then yes, you beat her too. You both get 10 dragons each.
Oh,
So-
wonderful.
I'm on 20 dragons now, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not versus the other players versus the house.
Yeah. So I'm on 35. Could buy another house now. Well, that was exhilarating. That was good fun. Do you care for another round? Maybe increase the wager at all?
How about we change the game up a little bit?
Of course, I'm always all ears.
Okay, I'll wave Teller over to come and join.
Care for a game of dragon chess?
Oh.
Teller's gonna shake his head and be like, nah.
What is Dragon Chess? I'm new to this town, you know.
It is a drow invention, and basically what you guys do, it's basically a game of chess. You just play it with one person, one-on-one, and then you both have to make intelligence checks, and then a deception check, and then an insight check. And whoever gets the highest total wins.
Not for I. Not for I.
So an intelligence check, a deception check, and what's the other one?
An insight check.
Insight check. I don't think that one's for me as well. I have to
Why?
We're not really that good, I can assure you.
Well, by any chance, have you heard of a particular game, that involves cards and betting each round? I'm not sure what you guys would call it, but where I come from, we call it poker.
Oh, I have not heard of that game.
Who are you
Maybe I
trying-
could teach you at all, or...
Who are you trying to poke?
Huh?
I'm sorry, we only play games and bet money with games that we're familiar with.
No problem. Fair enough.
At this point, Teller kind of comes in with his own decks of cards, and he was like, "I have a pretty simple game that you guys might be interested in playing. All you have to do is follow the queen," and then I take out 3 cards, one of them with the queen as one of them. Are you interested? We can start
Yeah.
low, and if you get the hang of it, we can not you guys. I'm talking to the people at the table. I know you guys. You guys are not good enough to play this game.
3 Dragon Ante.
Is that like the D&D version of 3 Card Monty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know the game then.
I'll certainly take a look on how it goes. As you guys are discussing this, though, your chatter is eclipsed by a shout.
Ya pig! Like killing me mates, does ya? Ah!
And then a 7'2" half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human who's wearing a red bandana. During the swing, the bandana comes off and his shaved head is revealed to be covered with eye-shaped tattoos. It's the half-orc here and this drunken reveler.
Boy, he looks like he loves to drink, doesn't he?
You see
Yeah.
a few other humans standing behind him, ready to jump into the fray as the half-orc is knocked off her stool. Ah! She stands up and cracks her knuckles. She cracks her knuckles and roars, "Ah!" and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, crowds of spectators cluster around the brawl. Now, we're going to roll initiative.
Ah.
Alright, so Bonnie is sort of leapt out of the way. This is the half-orc here, obviously, and the 4 other bandits are the other ones at the bar here, or the other bandits basically that are fighting with the half-orc. What do you do, Sepra?
Okay, so it's all kicked off, yeah?
Yeah, they're starting to. They seem like they're gonna like gang up on the half-orc 4-on-1.
So which 4? This one? Oh, I see.
The ones around the bar, yeah.
And this bloke's got funny eye tattoos.
Yep, all over his head. The top half of his head is shaved. His bandana is sort of flung off by the.
Okay, so as it all
Fire.
starts to kick off, then I'm going to hang on, do this. So I can hide.
Okay.
It's a bonus action, and then can I try and run up to this one and just go through his pockets?
Which one? That guy?
Dude, we're a bunch of thieves, man.
You guys are so bad. I love it.
There, yeah. As the crowd sort of gather around, you jump in there, make a sleight of hand check. That will take your action. All right.
Oh.
Yes. No one knows nothing. You sort of jump in there and pretend to just sort of dive at his feet or push him or something, and you can roll 2d6.
The idea is to hide in the crowd and sort of just put my hand in.
Yeah. Yep. Wait. You're you don't have cunning action yet, right?
Oh no, so I just don't bother.
You won't be able to
hiding.
hide. But you can act like you're trying to break it up though. You're definitely going to be in plain sight though, without hiding.
Okay.
So you do that though, and roll me 2d6. You snatch up 5 shards from his pocket, directly from his pocket.
Okay, I was looking for more of something else, but okay. 5 shards, yeah? A shard is a...
Silver piece.
And then I guess I can just get out of the way.
Alright, he as you move, he sort of just yells at you. He doesn't he could opportunity attack you, but he doesn't. He just sort of says, "Stay out of this." Tell her. You're up.
Teller is gonna point at somewhere around here, like away from where the fight is happening, and is gonna scream, "Oh no, the guards are here! The guards!"
Alright, make a deception check.
Oh, yo.
You cause people to look over there, mainly much of the crowd. However, the combatants, they are well and truly involved in the fight, and the words sort of just travel right over them as they begin to brawl.
Do I still have an action?
I'd say that would take your action for
Okay.
ability checks like that in combat.
Okay. Let me see what else I could do. Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration on that. Wait, let me get this straight. The half-orc is being ganged up on by 4 guys.
Yes. You see this 8-foot tall half-orc lady. It's Yagra, the one that is famous for arm wrestling. And yes, she is just roaring. She looks furious. 4-on-1.
And who has the eye tattoo on their head? It's the
Guy.
people fight.
Just this guy. The other ones are just dressed in this sort of leather armor. They all look shady. Scars over their faces, and they're wearing cowls close to their heads.
Okay, so tell her she's gonna shout out, "Hey, orc lady, you got this!" and then give her bardic inspiration.
Alright. She sort of yells back to you.
Stay out of this! I've got this!
Too late, you inspired anyways. And on my turn.
I think I have a I need to update the APIs. I've got a description for like bardic inspiration and whatnot. I've just recently updated it, so it'll explain a lot of abilities and what they mean. So the green dot is bardic inspiration. I'll update it shortly, so you guys will see what I'm talking about. All right, these bandits, they gang up on Yagra, and they start just trying to beat her. They jump on her, and this one is just gonna. This bandit, he's got a thick black beard. He just literally tries to just grab Yagra and sort of hold her arm so that the other guy can get some clean hits in at her. So he makes an athletics check. And Yagra tries to resist. As he comes up to try and grab her, Yagra just sort of shrugs her shoulders back and topples him off. And then she just lurches back her massive hulking arm and just takes a haymaker hit at the tattoo-headed dude. And then she smacks him for 6 bludgeoning damage. Blood flicks out of his mouth, patters on the floor, and a couple of her teeth go with it. And then she leans her head back and comes in for a headbutt. But he ducks. Zaki.
I don't know if I want to like get involved with the fighting or not.
There we go. I fixed it so these information cards come up.
I mean, if you do get involved in the fights, then remember we got that law handout, so I just have to go bare fists.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna stay where I am and just watch it for a little bit and see how it falls out, and maybe get involved a bit later on. But at the moment, I just want to sit this one out for a bit and just watch.
Okay. Alright, they are obviously ganging up on her, and this one just runs forward and does like a jumping sort of weird kick thing on Yagra, and misses.
Jumping punch.
It's like a jumping kick thing. No, it's not.
A drop kick, huh?
Not even that. You don't even know what to call it. Alright, this another bandit comes up, and he blatantly just tries to punch Yagra and misses as well, as she's just pushing people back, palming them off and almost knocking them to the ground. And then the tattoo figured man, he takes that hit, and then he is sort of woozy, swaying side to side, and people start like piling all over Yagra, and he sort of drops to the ground, and he tries to like crawl out of the fight, like, through the other guy's feet. He looks very worried. You can tell he took a very violent hit. Sepra, you're up.
Well, as there's a bar, I'm going to jump up onto it. Run to the end, so I'm the same height as this bloke, and then try and grapple him. Say, someone call the guard.
Alright, make an athletics check.
Where is it?
Alright, you go over and try and grab him, and he just jumps to the side, and you end up grabbing the air instead.
Okay, I'm done.
Tell her.
How many spell slots am I supposed to have at first level? 2?
It will be, yeah, I think so. Oh, yes. On your character sheet, you'll see slots total and slots remaining. Let me just adjust it for you. Yeah, slots total is 2. And when you cast a spell, it'll automatically deduct it for you. You've got one
Okay.
left.
Sleep. What's the radius of that? 20 feet of point issues. Would I be able to cast sleep to get as many bandits? Like where would it be that I would get like the most amount of bandits and like the least amount of like other people?
So that's the template for sleep. I've got templates for all the spells set up. And sleep,
That's a
it is big. It's like was it like a 20-foot radius or something?
Oh my god. Okay, so not that for sure.
So yeah, if
That's-
you did it there, you'd also get Durnan and Sepra.
Can you get yourself in sleep spell?
Yeah, you can target yourself with spells.
Better than Xanax. Hmm. So Teller's just gonna say, "Alright, I'll call the guards," and then he's just gonna run towards the door with all of his actions. Like he makes sure that the bandits hear him, that he's gonna go call the guards, and then he just sprints.
They're
So
just
that's
sort
like-
of yelling to one another.
Ah, I'll show you, you dirty zents. Ah, try and kill me, mate, are ya?
And they're just going in all-out brawl. People aren't really trying to stop them. You run for the door and you start calling out to the watch. You don't see any watch immediately near you, but some people are looking from outside. You see some coaches, drivers, and whatnot. Stable boy,
So,
panic.
I'm not actually gonna call the guards. I'm just gonna like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Again,
yeah.
they're so caught up in the fight that they're not really paying too much attention to anything out of their immediate vicinity.
Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright. Again, this bandit, he tries to punch Yagra. And he hits her for 3 bludgeoning damage. Punches her as hard as he can in the ribs. And she just looks at him with this deathly stare. He doesn't even budge. And then she just grabs him by the neck and just smashes his head down on the bar. And smashes his head down on the bar again, knocking his teeth out and his face is all bloodied. He's swaying side to side. Yagra's still just grabbing him by the neck.
Come on! Come on!
Saki.
How injured is the guy with the bandana? Is he?
He's got
Yeah.
like,
How can I can't tell?
maybe like a broken nose. He's just like on his feet crawling, trying to get away from it. He looks pretty hurt.
Do you think I could go and try and grapple him?
Yeah, you can
Just
grapple
to hold him in
with,
his place?
with an athletics check.
Oh god, I don't know if my athletics check is good enough or not, but we're gonna do it anyway.
He sees you coming close to him, and he just tries to like skittle quicker away. And he just like slips on, like dives under your legs. That's him. And yeah, eludes you.
I guess that's the end of my turn then, really.
Alright, the fight continues, and this they just go all out trying to grab flagons now and smack Yager in the face. One of them hits her across the face, and she just sort of shakes her head. Ah! She's hella tough. And, Yeah.
Quick question, sorry. When I'm looking at the rolls, the one on the left is mine. Yeah. What's the one on the right?
That's
is that
if you
the
have
opponent?
advantage, then you take the higher one.
Okay.
Automatically rolling advantage for you. It's just because in combat and whatnot, sometimes you might roll and then realize you actually had advantage or disadvantage afterwards, and it just speeds things up to have it always roll advantage, particularly when you get to higher levels.
So
you-
does
you
a
just
grapple count as an attacker or not?
A grapple is a special kind of melee attack. It's it can replace one of your attacks, but
Yeah.
for most circumstances, not classified as an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
It's an
So it
ability
wouldn't
check.
get it wouldn't get advantage because he's prone then.
No. Attack roll
Okay.
would though, yeah.
Alright, cool. Sorry, I'm obviously I'm learning.
Yeah, no
so
problem.
that's
Yeah,
just
cool. Ask
what
as
I'm
many
asking.
questions. Yeah, as many questions you need, man. All good. Alright, this guy's they just like picking up bar stools now and breaking them over Yagra's head. Yagra's just taking it all. She is like super tough. And then this guy he crawls to hide behind this woman and this halfling. He does provoke from you, Zaki, and Yagra sort of sees him as well, and also she just tries to like kick him in the back of the head. Actually, she just kicks him in the head and knocks him clean out. You don't even know if he's still alive. Big boot print on his face, and suddenly all of every single patron goes silent as Dernan stands up on the bar. Enough! And everyone just freezes. Yagra's still got a boot on Krentz's face, and the other bandits just stop scuffling and fighting. One of them drops the bar stool. Dernan's got his arms sort of reach down under the bar as well, like his arm sort of as he's half standing on the bar.
Can I see what it is?
You can't see from under the bar. Oh, actually, you can from where you are, Sepra. It's a 7-foot long greatsword.
It's bigger than me.
It's bigger than him.
Twice as big as me.
Yes.
Did you guys play Monster Hunter?
No.
I played the old one on PS1.
I imagine it's the same type of deal with that great sword.
It is just ridiculously oversized, and then everyone just seems to like freeze. All the like three strings were still playing like this overbearing melody to try and like encore the fight, and then Dernan just points to the door. You, and you, out! And Yagra spits all over them, spits blood all over him. She storms out, and then the bandits quickly put their tails behind their back, grab Krentz, and just drag him out as well.
I'm gonna wave at everybody as they pass. Have a nice day.
As they exit, Jalister sort of places down his flagon, and he pursues them and starts talking to them and proceeds to start arresting some of them.
Could've
No
done
more,
that way
everyone.
sooner.
Buy a drink. Now. No more fighting. Otherwise, I'll deal with this myself. Got it?
I'm gonna start clapping.
Alright. You actually cause the whole crowd to go into an applause.
I'm going to look at this person here, and I'm going to do Thieves' Cant to them.
Alright, you
That-
do what sort of signal are you trying to give him?
So it's not talking, is it? So simple messages.
Yeah, it's sort of like
So-
a sign language, yeah.
I'm just going to say, do you know what I'm saying?
He doesn't pick up on it. He sort of just gives you this awkward wave back.
Alright. So I'm going to go up to Zaki and say, there's a massive sword under there. It's probably worth a lot of money. I don't know where we're going to get it, but it's worth knowing.
Ah, okay. Appreciate it. But Duran is a friend of mine, so I'd rather let's not steal from friends.
Should we have a look outside? See what's going on out there?
Yeah, certainly. Also, we need to find out from Volvo more about this fluffy guy. So I'm gonna go outside first, though, just to have a quick look.
You see members of the City Watch arriving. They're dressed obviously different than the guards that you saw earlier. These guys are not armed with spears or heavy armor by any means. In fact, they have these like half helms and truncheons, and they come running and they start arresting all of the ones involved in the fight and questioning others.
Is Yagra, she getting arrested as well?
They're
Or is she
talking to
walked
her,
off?
but and Gillester's explaining, but she's not in manacled. No, the other ones are though. The ones that sort of jumped her.
Yeah. Can I try and eavesdrop onto what they're trying to say?
Yep. Make me a perception check.
I'm gonna help by telling three strings to shut up.
Okay, 3 strings. Zips it. Oh.
Okay, friend.
Alright, with a 12, you hear a little bit of indistinct chatter. You don't pick up too much. You hear something like the word Zentarum come up a couple of times, and you just hear Gillester sort of quietly talking to them. Now, we don't want any more violence in the street. This is going to be your first and official warning, Yagra. Any more fights, you'll be taken down to the courthouse and arrested. Understood?
Huh. They jumped me. Accused me of killing one of their buddies. If I catch him again, I'm gonna put my face through that one's head again. I mean, my hand. Yeah, I'll bite his face off.
Calm down now, Yagra. No need for senseless violence. Oh, sorry, everything is under control here. Friends, just head back inside, please. This doesn't concern you. The City Watch have this under control. Move along.
Are you sure you want us to? You okay out here?
Of course, don't you worry. Trust in the City Watch. We have this all under control. You are safe. City Watch does its job.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and say back to Volvo and be like, "Bloody hell, that came out of nowhere, huh?"
Oh, indeed. Never a dull moment in the Yawning Portal Tavern. Well, as you can see, senseless violence. That's what I was talking about. Some gang wars are plaguing our fair streets. I do hope my Flooney isn't involved in some way. Oh, I worry about him.
So Flooney, is he a friend of yours, or like a pet or something?
Oh, a pet? No, he's one of my friends. A nobleman. In fact, he used to own a broadsheet publication. That's like a newspaper here in Waterdeep, and he is one of my lead publishers for all of my books. We were having a drink in the Mule Skull Tavern. Sorry, not the Mule Skull Tavern, the Skewered Dragon Tavern. It always slips my mind which tavern we're at, down in the dock ward. And it was getting late, so I decided to head back to my room here at the Yawning Portal, and I told him I'd meet him the next morning for a meeting to start working on the idea for my cover for Volo's Guide to Spectres and Spirits, but that was 2 days ago now, and he has not returned.
That is rather strange. Did you both leave at the same time, or did Flooney stay for another drink?
Oh, I was getting tired. It was late, so yes, I left earlier than him, and he was there drinking by himself. Yes, I hadn't drunk too much or anything like that. Why? I was just tired.
This Flooney, are you sure he's not a cat? Because he kind of sounds like a cat.
No, he's one of my best friends, a nobleman, sort of strawberry blonde hair, quite angular. He is obviously dressed like a nobleman, quite a handsome man. He doesn't really take care of his hair much, but
I know it's. Yeah, go ahead.
he's in his mid-30s, human, of course. I dare say he was quite intoxicated. We both were when I left, if I'm being truthful.
Have you reported this to the guards?
Yes, of course. The first thing I did. And yes, lo and behold, they are slow to act. Could be many 10-day before they even get around to it, especially with all the trouble on the streets. That's why I've confided in you, my friends. You certainly showed that horrible boggle creature who's boss and recovered my coin. Don't you want more of those sweet dragons?
Could you tell me about that incident earlier on with the creature that stole your coin?
I don't know, it came out of the sewers and jumped me, took my coins and ran off. I had just finished inspecting Trollskull Manor, the new property that I bought. So the last time I saw him was at the Skewered Dragon.
He's gone missing in the Skewered Dragon?
Yes, that's the last time I saw my Flooney. It's located between Net Street and Fillet Lane in the Dock Ward. That would be a good place to look.
Is there a person that maybe we should ask for when we get there who may know Flooney at all?
The patrons there, they're not the most gracious, I should warn you.
What about the bartender or innkeeper?
They don't take kindly to new visitors, but being a nobleman, well, I guess Floon gets special treatment. You know, the nobles are very highly regarded here in Waterdeep.
Okay, so if I was to describe strawberry-haired nobleman, they may be able to recognise who I'm talking about.
Well, I'm sure they would recognize Floon, yes. He stands out like dog's balls.
Why does he stand out?
Okay, so we should head there.
That would be
Strawberry
a great
blonde
place
hair.
to start, yes.
One last
hair.
thing. Do you perhaps know of anyone that might want to hurt him or anything like that?
No. Why, he's a kind soul. Yes, sir. He does have a bit of a drinking problem, but why, he's a prestigious noble. Perhaps they might try to extort him or rob him, though. He's definitely not involved in any miscreation, though.
Would you describe him as rich?
Why, yes. He's estranged from his parents, but he's still owns a broadsheet publication, I believe. He makes quite a lot of money.
What's the publication called?
It's Blagmar's Scripts and
Blagmar.
Publications. Yes, that's his family name. Floon Blagmar.
Once again, the joyous ambience of the tavern is halted by the sounds of screaming. At first, maybe you think that the bandits are back or have broken away and have vowed revenge on Yagra, who's sort of just entered back into the tavern. But it's something far, far worse. People start running out of the tavern and away from the well as a hulking creature climbs out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair. It has a long carrot-shaped nose and bloodshot eyes. Two massive claws that rip the creature's whole body up appear over the side of the well, and a massive green beast rises its body up. There are all of these bat-like creatures attached to its body. It bares its yellow teeth and howls. Flesh for me! And all of these sturges are attached to its body. However, 3 of them are hovering above the troll itself as they start to zoom on over and making a low buzzing hum sound towards some of you. Everyone in the tavern is reacting in fear, except for Paternon, who casually grabs his 7-foot-long greatsword and just yells, "Troll!" And let's take a quick break before we get into this fight.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, how long? Oh, yes. Let's take 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, of course.
Alright.
Grab some food, man.
Yeah, grab some food, grab a drink, and I'll see you guys back soon and we'll continue on.
Yeah, love stuff. Right, this is a bit.
Could you change my token to my avatar? Like during the break sometime?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Where is it?
Get my phone.
Fine. Look where you're at. Well, I'll be fine, mate. Fine.
No. Go 4. So go there for 1 day. So get a day.
One day.
Day after.
Thursday.
Got 5 days on that Thursday.
Okay.
So I only took the time. That's how much it costs. Hopefully for the start. Then there's a D2 hotel. That was a little bit further out. That was literally got the art corner. More central. And more sightseeing. Like the main bits in terms of Paris.
Okay.
And then you get to Versailles. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, that's not much.
No, that's Christmas.
How many days? 4.
Per person. So if you went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Sunday, 10 days. quite good considering it's sensible. It has breakfast included as well.
So it's like what, 150 for
Yeah, I've got one today. I was fine. I thought it was
well,
yeah. So let's I'll show you one better. The one that I like is a bit more round, or a bit more pretty, or technical. That one's supposed to do like good on route or master. And that's yeah, very fun. Three stars. But again, it's like that. Long. I'm going to do now. Yeah. But that's when do you want to do it though? So I don't have a half.
well, I can't do it like
I'm not saying do it right now. No, wrong. I can't hear you. You talk. Back up.
I've got to tell you, Taryn said to me that he really liked Kira.
What? I can't eat.
Oh, I'll tell you later. I'll go back in now. Alright, love you. See you in a bit. Hello. I am the first one back.
I've never been gone.
Oh, you never been gone.
You all
I've
heard
just
it,
been here, man.
We heard all about Kira.
Oh, really? Basically, right. It's me and my girlfriend's anniversary. First week of Jan. Well, 10th of Jan, I think. Make sure she can't hear me. It's like 10th or 11. And my best mate at work is seeing this girl. And basically, she was like, I want you to take me to Paris for my birthday. And I've come home and my girlfriend's been like, oh, I've been looking at Paris, stuff like this, for our anniversary. And I was like to my mate, when are you going to Paris with the girl you've seen? And he's like, oh, on the 8th. I'm like, yeah, me too now. join holiday. Just funny, isn't it, how it's so, like, random.
No, that's good.
Okay. We're back. So the troll has crawled out of the well. This grizzled, 7-foot-tall, green, monstrous creature with sharp fangs and elongated claws. Black, dry-looking hair and bits of mud clumped to its skin. All of these small, bat-like creatures are mostly attached to its back. Some of them heavily bloated, but a few of them start to break away or hover above the troll. Dernan grabs his greatsword, leaps over the bar, and he yells to all of you.
Get the sturges! I'll get the troll! And get some fire! Use the lanterns!
And there are lanterns on each of the tables. Zaki, all of the patrons mostly have fled or are hiding, and you're up first, Zaki. Even Volo's hiding under the table.
Okay, I'm just going to equip my longbow and take a shot at one of the bat things. Didn't get what you called it, sorry.
Sturge.
Sturge, yep. I'm just going to let off a arrow to the Sturge furthest to the left, front row.
Okay. And that hits.
So, do I just roll my damage then?
Yeah, to roll damage, you go to the chat box now, underneath your attack roll, and click the word longbow. It'll sort of highlight red when you hover over it.
Where is that? Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, in the actual chat box. All right.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
The arrow just it hits the Sturge, and all of this disgusting black blood sort of bursts out of it, and the Sturge goes limp and falls down the well.
And then I'm going to take my movement. Is there any candles at all on the bar?
There are no lanterns on the bar itself. There's some hanging on the walls around, and there's a blazing fire with like fiery logs in the hearth as well, just to warm the place a little bit. And
okay, so I'm just going to move.
Every one of these tables have lanterns on them as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to move over to the fire bit, and then in my go.
Okay.
Where is it? Up there.
I'll put some lanterns on the. Well, no, those lanterns. Which one is it? There we go. Just so you guys can see that there's lanterns everywhere. Sephiroth.
Okay, so if I'm allowed to, I'll get behind the bar and pull out my short bow and shoot the this one.
Okay.
Just quickly, sorry. How do you do the thing where it does the circle that appears it?
You click and hold on anywhere on the map and it'll ping.
Left or right?
Left click.
What? Oh.
You got to be on the
Oh, like that.
the pointer. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, lovely. I get you now. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
Yeah, no problem.
So I know, Ace. So yeah, shoot a short bow.
And that hits. You take out that Sturge as well. This one was hovering above the troll, and it sort of just splatters against the side of the well, bounces off, and then falls down out of sight. Alright, this Sturge, it detaches itself from the troll, and it looks at you with these sort of drunken eyes, Teller, and it starts hovering towards you. Very, very lackadaisically. And it just vomits all of this black blood all over you. Out of its proboscis, it sort of just sprays out all over the ground, and it visibly shrinks in size. Because it likes the taste
Not my nice shirt!
of fresh humanoid blood, and then it attempts to attach its proboscis to you, Teller. 12 misses, and it ends its turn there, just hovering a few feet off the ground. The Sturge as well. It starts hovering away towards Durnan. As it leaves the troll's reach, the troll just, with this gangly arm, you can see all these like warts growing all over the troll's shoulders, as well as it lurches forward to grab the Sturge with opportunity attack. And it just misses. The Sturge like has a quick sudden burst of energy and buzzes towards Durnan and attempts to attach itself to Durnan, and it just sort of just hits like a nearby support beam for the ceiling. Ends its turn there. Alright, the Sturge just remains attached to the troll's back, as does this one. Durnan sort of moves forward, like sort of bats the Sturge away with a hand, and he just brings up this massive 7-foot tall greatsword that rises in a height over the troll itself.
Come on, big boy!
And he goes into a flurry of swings. He makes 4 attacks with the greatsword. The troll grabs the blade of the greatsword, and you see all this black blood oozing away from the blade that's severing the troll's hands. However, the troll's flesh then seals itself around the blade of Grimvolt as the troll regenerates instantly. Durnan brings the sword back and then slashes the troll's hand, cuts its hand clean off for 14 slashing damage. The hand hits the ground and starts quivering about a little bit.
Get fire!
The troll doesn't seem too happy about that, and it regenerates, regaining 10 hit points. As from the stump of its severed hand, fingers start to spurt out and replace the severed hand, and it just climbs out now. The Sturges that are attached to its back go with it, and it leans in at Durnan with these yellow teeth and tries to bite his arm. Durnan takes a step back, and the troll misses. The troll comes in then and just lunges forward, rending Durnan for 18 slashing damage. Durnan is barely injured by that though. Alright, more Sturges start making their way towards their intended targets. This one, it hovers over towards you, Teller. And it attaches itself onto your skin. First this sort of wet, rubbery suction cup sticks to your skin, and then you feel a sharp pinch as a sharp spine protrudes your skin for 4 piercing damage. And look, it just starts drinking your blood. You see the Sturge bloat as you'll also take more damage at the start of your turn.
Do I have to manually take damage?
Yep,
or just do it by itself?
You'll need to manually do it. So if you select your token, you'll see the green circle. It'll say 10. That's your hit points.
Or I can't select my token right now.
Are you on the measuring tool?
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Go on the select tool, and then hit click the green token, and then hit -4, enter, and it will automatically subtract it for you. That's it. And
Okay.
you see the aura around your token change color. Alright, you start to feel a little bit lightheaded. Alright, this Sturge buzzes over towards you, Zaki. Let me just take the troll's reaction away too. Actually, no, he gets his reaction back. So the troll's actually going to try and grab that one as well and just...
Please, Mr. Troll.
Yeah, it just grabs it and just stuffs it into its mouth.
Ah, my blood!
It says, the troll actually speaks this, like, poor attempt of common. And it doesn't even make it, to you, Zaki. It just gets squashed by the troll's teeth. Tella, you're up.
Okay. So Teller's really injured right now and he's gonna die soon, I think. So he's gonna try to cast sleep on everything.
Okay.
Can you how do I bring up the sleep?
You can find it in the spell templates, but I can easily search it, so it's probably quicker for me to just grab it and give you control of it. I would recommend putting it there though.
But the thing is on me right now, right?
Yes, it's attached to you. Technically, it's in the square next to you though.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast sleep as you recommend.
That'll hit all of the Sturges and the troll and no one else.
Guess this dude up
Okay.
here.
Yeah, it'll get him. He looks quite. He looks pretty tough though. He's wearing plate mail and he's stocky AF.
And he's
Why
just
isn't
like,
helping? God.
he's just gonna like
He's
sit there
protecting
and not help.
the other innocent people. He seems to be standing at the door to make sure the troll doesn't get near some patrons.
That's fair.
Other patrons that are hiding in there.
Reaction has been used. How do I?
That was for the troll. So you will find on your character sheet. Go onto your core. I'm just in your character sheet now, and in your attacks and spellcasting, you'll see sleep. That's going to roll 5d8 for you. And the way the spell works is it goes from lowest to highest. All right, 23 hit points worth of creatures. So every single Sturge falls asleep. The ones that are attached to the troll's body, they detach themselves and they just fall down into the well.
You can thank me later, Troll.
The two next to you, Tella, they also fall asleep. One of them sort of just lands on the edge of the well, and the other one just floats down onto the ground next to you. Both of them are unconscious.
Whew. Well, I'm gonna try to. Is there a lantern close by?
There is one on the table that you're sitting at now, or standing at now.
Okay. So I'm gonna, with my free object interaction, I'm gonna grab a lantern.
It's got a nice hot fire in there.
Stay safe, Mr. Volo. You're very valuable to us.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
then I'm gonna-
I'm just conducting some research on my newest book, Volo's Guide to Undertables.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move like my full movement. 5, 10, 15. I wanna move right here.
Okay.
And then that's the end of my turn.
Saki.
Okay. So, this is a bit out there. Is there a lantern at all on this wall?
There are wall-mounted lanterns as well. You could make an athletics check to try and like stand on the windowsill and just quickly detach it. It's sort of just hanging on a hook. There's one like right above you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do that then. Does that count as a bonus?
No,
Or full action?
it would be an interactive object. It would be like just sort of jumping on the sill,
Yeah.
detaching it. You do that as part of your movement.
Oh, and then I'd be able to throw it, would I?
Yep, you can throw it with an attack roll as an improvised
Okay.
weapon.
Okay, wicked. So did you say it's acrobatics?
I'll say you can do an acrobatics as well if you want to try and like do a bit of a backflip off the sill and grab it and land on your feet.
Okay, so has it got? I've got to do an acrobatics check then, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
If you
Let's try that then.
you try. And as you do, like the windowsill, it doesn't look like it's being maintained very well, and it just sort of breaks under your foot and crumbles, and you end up just sort of falling into the window a little bit and smashing the window a bit and breaking the windowsill.
Teller will pay for it. It's fine. And can I still attack?
Yep, you still got your
So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot this geese. That little shit there.
and that is a crit.
Oh.
It you aim it up perfectly to put the tip of the arrow right down the proboscis, and you just completely take its head off. There's a floating blob just temporarily in the air there that just hits the ground and explodes like a water balloon.
That's gonna make up for the epic fail of a backflip off the windowsill.
The Sturge's soft head is just like flung into the wall by the arrow as well, just stuck there like a trophy. You make it look like it was a part of the movement with breaking the sill.
Right, let's end the go. There it is.
Zepra.
So I'll have a look behind the bar first of all and see if there's anything of interest here.
There are lots and lots of drinks, all sorts, bottles, spirits, wines. There's a lockbox.
Is there anything I can make a molly out of?
Yeah, there looks like to be some pretty powerful looking spirits in there.
Okay, to make a molly and throw it at the troll?
I'd say to do that, yeah, there is like an alcohol-soaked cloth as well that Dern's like using to like wipe the bar down. I'll say to set that up though, it's going to take your action.
Okay. Well, I'm basically hidden behind the bar because I'm tiny, so that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you have 3/4 cover or even total cover depending on where the creature is. Alright, these Sturges are there, just they look kind of cute there. And Dernan keeps yelling out,
Fire! Get fire onto it!
ooh.
That occurred.
Oh my god.
Dernan just takes 4 huge diagonal swings. The first swing he takes off the troll's left arm. Second swing he takes off the troll's right arm. Then he slices off both of the troll's legs. And the final swing he slices off the troll's head. Vernon just stands there with this massive great sword. It's so long, like the tip of it is like sort of over the top of the well, dripping with all of this troll blood.
It's not over!
Suddenly the troll quivers some more. A new head bursts out of the troll's neck, and flailing, deformed arms form. Oops! As the troll rises back up, slamming its claw straight through the table, just breaking the table completely. And it continues to try and rend Dernan. Dernan's hit a few times. As he sort of yells out, the troll bites onto Dernan's arm. He takes a total of 31 points of damage. Dernan's still looking okay. This Sturge is still snoring as well. And Teller, you're up.
So I see the troll regenerating, and I'm gonna be like, that's nasty. I hope there are no mirrors down there. And cast vicious mockery at the troll.
Okay. It makes a wisdom save. And it shakes its head, and all this magical insult sort of hits the troll, and it doesn't really affect him.
And I'm going to move to be behind Dernan. Could I, with my free object interaction, could I try to hang the end of the lantern, hang the lantern to the end of his great sword? Be like,
Okay.
here you go.
Alright, sure. As he swings it back around,
Yep.
you quickly attach the lantern to it.
And then I kind of like tap him on the shoulders a little bit and then move back. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
It's about to get hot in here.
Darcy.
Alright, rightio. Am I able to move over to the fire, dip an arrow in there potentially, and then set it, so it's on fire and then fire it? Is that...
Do you have oil?
I have a tinderbox. Explorer's pack. Does that include oil? I don't know.
You could there is like you could probably go over to like a table and maybe dip your arrow in it and get a little bit of fire on there. Explorer's pack doesn't have oil though.
Okay.
You do have a torch as well, but yeah, you'd need to light that.
Okay, so where would I need to go to be able to do this then?
Any one of the tables.
Any table?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my distance. Oh, can I move that far? If I want to move here, is that enough?
Yeah, you got 30 feet, so 6 squares.
Okay. So I dip my arrow into the lantern. Does it become set or
Yeah,
on
there's
fire
plenty
or?
of oil. And you'll
Okay.
have to. It's starting to burn the shaft of the arrow. You'll
Okay,
need
so
to
I
be quick.
quickly aim and fire. Do I need to do anything different, or can I just do the
Yeah,
standard
just
longbow?
make an attack roll. I'll
Okay.
just say if it hits, that hits.
Okay.
All right, 5 points of piercing damage, and some of the fire sort of hits the troll. It doesn't really catch the troll on fire too much. You can hear this like sizzling though, as it seems to sort of cauterize the troll's wounds and prevent it from regenerating. Like one of its stumpy arms that are still half regenerating just sort of seizes and retorts and starts flicking around wildly. Ah! The troll yells and screams as he has a look of sheer horror on his face.
Ah!
And I'll end my go.
Sepra.
So I've got this cocktail.
Yep. I'll say you can treat it as like an alchemist fire. So you make an improvised attack roll. It's a thrown weapon, so you just do a strength check basically.
Okay.
Actually, I'll say, so strength check.
To throw it.
Yep. With no proficiency bonus. And that hits. It does 1d4 fire damage. Alright, 4 fire damage. The bottle just smashes on the troll's head and it shrouds him in this liquor. Starts burning the troll, and
Cheers!
the disgusting smell of burning flesh permeates the air, and the troll is screaming out in sheer horror. Ah! And the troll is starting to trying to put himself out. He looks.
Do you smell like gingerbread ale? Gingerbread ale, what was it called?
Dernan looks at you. He looks a little bit disappointed.
That was a 50 dragon bottle of spirits.
Heller's not paying for it!
Trying to help you.
Teller's paying for it.
Couldn't you just use a lantern?
But you haven't got any behind the bar. And I just jump out.
Alright, the Sturges are still asleep, and Dernan just looks at the troll.
That's it, troll. Go back to where you came from. This is the Yawning portal.
I was gonna do that.
And he just brings up his leg and push kicks the troll. And the troll is kicked into the well. And you see the flickering lights from the burning troll illuminate the sides of the well. And
You could
he
have done
disappears
that
with a puff of smoke.
You could have done that the first time, didn't it?
He's breathing heavily as he looks around at all of you. Good job. All clear.
Business
point
as
to-
usual.
I'm going to point to Zarku. The thing was probably sucking blood out of him as was asleep.
Volo crawls out from under the table.
Ah, I finally conducted my research now. I'm here to fight.
And he pulls out a dagger and just starts stabbing the unconscious Sturges. Kills him.
I'm gonna go up to the last sleeping one and be like, "Oh, this is the Yawning portal." I'm gonna kick it down.
Okay. You just kick the Sturge off the lip of the well and it falls down too. Volo grabs his and throws it down after you.
And then
His hands.
I did it. I saved the day once again. Just another day. Safe now, come out.
And people start coming out from rooms, underneath tables, behind barrels, cautiously looking onward.
Bonnie, clean up the mess.
Yes, of course. Everyone tries the ale. If you try...
Yes, I have, Bonnie. I have tried the ale.
He picks the Sturges up and throws them down.
What an arm on her. Christ.
It's a barmaid.
True.
And
I'm just gonna
10 minutes later, everything seems to just go back to normal.
I'm gonna go up to Durnan and then just gonna say, "Hey, does this happen often?"
Yeah, I guess. One of the pleasures of the business.
Does this seem like a sustainable business model to you? I feel like this place could you could board up the hole and then don't have trolls coming out of it, and then people can drink without falling in. Just a suggestion, you know.
He puts a dirty cloth on this bad wound that he got on his arm, soaks with blood.
Puh. I ain't scared of no trolls. Now, it's more than just a well. That yawning portal. It's the key to Undermountain. It is something that fills adventurers with hopes and dreams.
So what's at the bottom of Undermountain?
The bottom of Undermountain? What do you mean, bottom?
Well, that goes to Undermountain.
Core
And
of
then
Taro?
the end of Undermountain.
The end. No one's ever made it to the end of Undermountain. So even I couldn't tell you.
So is it like a town?
It's a dungeon. A big dungeon. It was quite a while ago that I've been down there. There is a city attached called Skullport. Through a series of rivers. Brings back memories just talking about it, but trust me, small fry like you don't want to be heading down there yet. I don't buy it,
What
though.
is it?
She seems quite interested in those who head down. Seems to be asking everyone, do you have any magic items if you go down there? Bring back some magic items. Blah, blah, blah. I work for some merchant prince. Blah, blah, blah. Sell me your magic items. If you're heading down there one day, I'd suggest talking to her first. Seems to pay good coin from what I've seen. Not that many ever come back.
So people just dip in there and come out with magic items?
Sometimes. You have to pay to get down. And then pay to get back up too. Let's just say I make most of my gold from those who go down.
What's the Undermountain?
It gets its name from the dungeons, the caves, the tunnels that were dug underneath Mount Waterdeep by the Malakan dwarves. You see, before Aragon, our founding father, came to Waterdeep, history tells that elves used to live in this land, and dwarves came to meet with the elves and asked the elves if they could dig for precious ores underneath the mountain. The elves allowed the dwarves to mine, and so the Malakan dwarves did. But one day the elves decided it was time to move on. The elves, and they left. When they left, they used magic, special magic, to erase any trace of their existence. The dwarves prided themselves on their craft, some even outmatching elven craft, and they would sell many of their weapons to the elves. The dwarves, they didn't take it well when the elves left, so they decided that they didn't need to come back out of the mountain anymore. So under the mountain they stayed. But that was many lifetimes ago now. Now the dungeon is home to creatures, ghosts, and even a mad wizard named Alistair Blackcloak that supposedly has lived down there for more than 1,000 years. Now when it's time for you to go down, you make sure you're ready. At least level 5. Got it?
How much does it cost to go down?
Only a dragon. By all means, you're welcome to go down whenever you want. But I've warned you. Be prepared.
And how do you know when someone wants to come back up?
3
Good
tugs
question.
on the rope means take me up.
Hey,
Is it
if
one
you
at-
ever need a... go ahead.
Is it one at a time coming up?
Aye, the bucket can only fit 1. Prices are charged for individuals. Oh, you're welcome to climb down as well. You still gotta pay the fee.
Hey, if you ever need like a business partner or anything, just let me know.
Cute. I had my business partner, Mert the moneylender. When we came out from Under Mountain after adventuring down there together, we had many magic items, vast riches. I decided to build this tavern here around the well, what remains of the old ancient wizard's tower. While Mert, he went on to become a moneylender. I don't see him much these days, but he's got himself all wrapped up in the politics and made himself a fortune. His house is over in the Sea Ward. I heard he's not home much these days. Some even say that he's a Master Lord of Waterdeep. Though, knowing Mert, he wouldn't be one to hide the fact.
Well, if you ever need a business partner, just let me know. Here, I got a free idea for you right now. So you say that the bucket can only pull up 1 person at a time, right?
Yeah.
Here,
What
I'm
he
gonna
suggested,
increase.
making half
I'm
a
gonna
bucket.
I'm gonna increase your income by 3-fold. Add 2 more ropes and 2 more buckets. There you go. Think about that. Give me a call. Not call, not whatever. Please.
I'll keep that in mind.
Volo sort of waves his hand at you all. You! Did you forget about my flute? Please.
Oh yeah, that Ginger Man.
I'm so worried about him. Why, you definitely have proved yourselves.
If you need to rest, I understand. But please, find my Flooney.
I'm going to look past him and think, why was I missing my time making up a cocktail when there's a bloody fire there?
I'm just gonna walk over to Yada and just say to her, what happened earlier? What caused the fight?
None of your business, pal. And I wasn't hiding here either. I was just looking out the window. I thought I saw something.
What? Like a troll out the window?
Yeah, troll. Yeah. You just mind your own business there, pal.
I'm gonna leave and walk back to Volvo.
So, we're doing this thing, right? Finding this
Yeah,
floozy guy.
So we just
Skewered Dragon Tavern, where the sailing, the port is.
So I'll just head over to the map of Waterdeep for you guys. And you saw that handout of the Yawning portal. It's just a cool illustration I'll show you guys at the end of the session. It has like a heap of infamous characters throughout Forgotten Realms and more. I'll show you guys that at the end. There's a key as well, so you can have a look at your favorite characters if you're familiar with them. So when there are points of interest, I will place icons on the map, such as this one, and they shall be named for you as a reference to keep track of things like that. So this is where the Skewered Dragon Tavern is, and you'll see it come up there between Fillet Lane and Net Street, so about here. And you'll see the Yawning portal is marked as well, and Trollskull Alley and whatnot. So it's only a short distance away by Dre. You think you could get there within 20 or so minutes?
Before we leave, Teller is gonna be coughing up blood, like, I'm injured here. I'm like 6 out of 10 injured, so.
You can always take a short rest too.
Could we take like a rest on the tram thing? What's it called? The Dre?
Yeah, there's enough time, plenty enough time for a short rest. Of course, you could take a long rest too if you wanted to.
What are you guys thinking?
That would take a whole day.
I mean, a short rest and you'll be fine because you're only half injured, aren't you?
Yeah, and I can't be casting any more spells today. But I'm good with anything as long as before we go back, we can buy some bedrolls maybe.
Or maybe we can get some money from this, then we can go to the market.
We've got
Okay.
some money. Still got some money. Wasn't he paying us 5 up front?
Yeah, he gave you each 10 already.
Okay. So I was total 35.
We got 10 each already.
Yeah, from earlier when 5 from
Okay.
the reward he gave you, another 5 when you guys got to the Yawning Portal Tavern and accepted the quest.
Cool. Okay.
Then I doubled it to 20 by gambling and then stole 5 silver.
You roll in it.
That is exactly what I've done as well. Do you want to go to the market first, or do you want to go straight to Skewer Dragon?
I think we should go to the Steward Dragon because we need to find him. And yeah, we're very good detectives when I had a long sleep.
And then eventually let's furnish your place, but let's go to the dragon place first.
Okay, you guys can cross off 3 nib each for the Dre down, and it's only a short ride down. And you can take a short rest too, Teller. You can use a hit dice to recover hit points.
So how many nib do you get in a silver?
10 to 1.
And how many silver to a gold?
The same, 10 to 1.
So I'm on 34. 9. Okay. Rightio.
So the difference in the architecture changes greatly as you head down from the castle ward into the dock ward. Suddenly, all of the nice houses turn into slums. You do know that the dock ward is considered the most dangerous district of the city. You see many houses boarded up, rough-looking sailors standing on the streets, taverns full of rowdy patrons. Even the lanterns that line the streets, most of them have been smashed, their candles stolen. The streets are very steep, lots of ups and downs, and the dray shudders greatly as you guys traverse it. There are warehouses, poorhouses, and tenements dotted all over. And the streets are not laid out in nice, like a grid faction. They're like winding. You could be bewildered quite easily and get lost. You notice a lot of the roofs are burgundy and orange, and occasionally you see a sign with a swordfish, the mascot of the dock ward. However, there are graffiti all over it, and even the street signs are graffitied. Sure enough, you arrive close to the Skewered Dragon as you turn onto the streets in between Phillip Lane and Net Street. There's a few channels and quays, sort of canals that sort of wind around as well, stemming from the harbour itself. So we'll just move on over to this map as you sort of spot the Skewered Dragon. Yeah. It's quite obvious that it's a Skewered Dragon, not only from the wooden sign that says Skewered Dragon on it, but also because it has a large ship's anchor just sticking out of the roof. As you do turn the corner, however, you find part of the street has been cordoned off by the city watch over to the west here. The Skewered Dragon is here. The front door is there. You see a few market stalls with some merchants trying to sell you weapons.
Swords, axes, bows.
Blades under a foot long. I sell the finest blades. There's a dwarf there as well.
Potatoes, got your potatoes.
Some other warehouses around. A strange shop with a purple facade down to the southeast here, and all of the streets are pockmarked, and seawater has filled them. This place smells awful. There's a overwhelming stench of seawater mixed with excrement pervades your nostrils as you enter. It's truly not a pleasant place to be.
What would a nobleman be doing in a place like this?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Why would you go to this sort of pub?
Can I sneak up to the side here and have a look around the corner?
Sure. Make a stealth check if you want to sneak. Alright, a lot of the guards, they have got their back faced to you. Separate. One of them is sort of looking in your direction though and sort of sees you there. You do sort of get a little bit of a peek. You can move up a little bit more as the guard doesn't notice you immediately. There are half a dozen corpses, the victims of some terrible skirmish. There is blood just matted all over the streets, and you see the watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans, and they're questioning nearby witnesses as they pile on bodies onto a horse-drawn wagon. One of the officers sees you.
Get on then. Nothing to see here.
he says.
I've got the person's name we're looking for. What's his name?
Bloom.
Flume.
I'll say, is Flume there among the bodies? Flume?
That will be private information. Trust in the City Watch, we've got this under control. We are thoroughly investigating. I'm afraid I cannot share with you any information that we have. But trust in the City Watch, we have this all under control here. You don't want to be looking around that corner anyway, little one. It's a bloody massacre, it is.
Is private investigation allowed in Waterdeep?
From your knowledge, private investigation is not illegal. But generally, the Watch, they like to take care of matters themselves. They can be pretty forward with that. They're not fond of vigilantes. Go on then. Nothing to see here. I'll have you step back, please. This is a crime scene.
Okay.
Should we head towards the pub? Quick one, sorry. Obviously I used 3 arrows in the last battle.
You
Am I
can
able
recover
to...
half, rounded down, so you get one back.
Back.
So
Okie dokie.
as soon as like Teller kind of like see the situation, he's gonna look at one of the corpse and he's gonna cry out, "Oh no, it's John! No!" And I know him. He's my brother. And then they kind of run up, try to get a closer look at all the corpse.
The guard stands in front of you to try and grab you. Do you want to try and elude the guard?
He's gonna be, I think I know him.
Just hold on now, hold on. We can take your statement. You can come down to the nearby watch house, but we're going to have to take all these bodies over to the morgue cellar while we conduct the investigation now. Just calm yourself. It's going to be okay. If you'd like to report to the watch house, I'll give you the address. You can come and find us there.
Could I just make sure I have a closer look, just to make sure that it's really him? If it's not, I hope it's not. Please.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, you got this.
Listen, I'm not supposed to do this, but I feel ya. I too had a loved one murdered several years ago, and I never got to see the body. I'll let you have a little peek-see, just real quick like now. Come on in.
Thank you very much.
Alright, you
What do I
see
see?
an absolute bloody massacre. The blood has trickled into all the pockmarks in the tiled floor and have filled it in little puddles. You see men in black leather armor under arrest. Some of them have black snake tattoos on their arms, and you see 3 other dead male humans as well. They have this sort of tanned leather armor, and you notice a few eye tattoos on some of their necks, not dissimilar to the ones that the man from the Yawning Portal Tavern had. And there are guards cleaning up the scene, just piling bodies onto this horse-drawn wagon. It looks like a bloody mess. Well, is it him then? Which one is it?
Oh, thank God, it's not. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll stop bothering you now. I'll be on my way. Thank you very much. You've cleared my mind.
I guess that's good news for you then, Meta. You stay safe now. There's a bloody gang war between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild, the Thieves Guild, and the Black Network. You best be watching yourself. It ain't safe out on these streets. The Zentarum, which are a faction known as the Black Network. They're a sort of a group of spies that hire out mercenaries and try to vie for the balance of power. And the Xanathar Guild, you'll need to make a history check to recall knowledge about them.
History.
You're not really familiar with Xanathar Guild. It's about, you just know the name now, and that's it.
So I'm gonna go back around the corner and relay all the information to the other two. Maybe they like have a better chance of recognizing things. So,
Common history
do you
check?
guys?
Sure. You can make yours with advantage separate. Okay,
I don't need-
you know the Xanathar Guild are a criminal organization, a thieves guild, and they are supposedly led by a crime lord named Xanathar, who is allegedly a beholder.
Okay, I'll relay all that. so a beholder. We probably shouldn't be messing with these people.
Well, it's not Flooney.
I mean, you both aware what a beholder is?
Yeah.
Should we enter this place then?
I think it's for the best.
I think I need a drink after that. So bloody.
So gnarly.
One other thing, Teller. One of them one of the survivors that sort of had their kneeling on the ground with their hands on their head, they caught you with a cold glance as you walked off as well.
I think one of them saw me looking at me weird. Creepy.
I wouldn't think much of it, you know. They're going to be arrested soon. A lot away from harm's way.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty good looking dude, so can't blame them.
And modest.
So drink?
So the skilled dragon is
You
facing
didn't task twice.
this alley, and it looks like an absolute ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed. The ship's anchor is lodged in the roof. Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards. As you step in, you see a bunch of grisly-looking patrons, and they sort of I don't even know the right music for this. It's not the friendliest looking tavern, and the place stinks. People are sort of just sitting there minding their own business. A couple of people are talking. Even the bartender doesn't even pay you any mind as you enter.
She just goes to the bar and catch a drink, settle down, and then we can ask a few questions to some people, I guess.
It's that dude again down there. He's following me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This one. Oh, he's changed. You're definitely a spy.
It's the beholder. Alright, I went to the bar.
Cowboy now.
Alright, you see this butch-looking redhead maid, and she's wearing like a dirty apron, and she's polishing a dirty mug with a dirty rag. And she doesn't even look up to you as you approach the bar.
3 pints of your ale.
Excuse me?
3 pints of your ale.
He gives you the dirtiest look. She spits into a mug and then just stares at you, making eye contact as she wipes the mug with the dirty rag. Without taking her eyes off you, she pours you this drink of this disgusting, black, thick ale. Placed it down on the bar. That will be 1 shard.
I go to hand her the shard, and just as she reaches out, I drop it so it falls onto the floor. My apologies.
Is a shard a combination of a shit and a fart?
I haven't heard that one before. I
Well,
like you.
please stop spitting into my cup, or else I'm definitely gonna give you a shard.
As you say that, like, suddenly a couple of patrons sort of look over towards you. Hold on. Are you questioning the way I run things around here? He looks at you, like, very offended.
Nah, I like shards. It's all good. I'm just
This
gonna.
is my tavern, and this is how I clean my mugs when you patrons. So if you don't like it, you know where the door is.
I'm gonna grab the mug. I'm not gonna break eye contact, and I'm gonna shut down the entire thing while I was looking straight at her. It's like.
She looks a little bit surprised. Ah. Good.
It's really good.
I was going to say, did you see a ginger man in here? Or strawberry blonde man in noble clothes?
I have a lot of ginger mans coming here with a lot of noble clothes. I'm having a little bit of trouble remembering. You can make a persuasion check.
Do I find it? There it is.
But I'm quite impressed by the way your friend there makes them funny jokes and drinks that drink.
Oh, he is very funny. He's a bard, you know.
Bard. Oh, I don't give 2 shits. Now, yeah, I saw him, I did. I saw him and his brother or something. They were drinking here a couple of nights ago. Looked like twins at first, I thought they did. And they're with another one of them with another little fat man before that. But he got too much drunk and I had to kick him out. And then them two, I think I remember them. Yeah, that Open Lord. Dagolt's son. Chip off the old block, that one is. That spoiled rich noble. He likes to rub his noses in it. Comes in here, thinking he's all high and mighty. Knows that no one can touch him. Yeah, I seen him. Him and his brother or something. They played a few rounds of 3 Dragon Ante and then they left. It was around midnight. And I seen him. 5 men followed him out. Into the darkness. Good riddance, I say. I haven't seen him since.
There's nothing to those men outside getting arrested outside now?
Oh, them? I think they're all part of the same organisation, some black network or something. A lot of them like to hang out at this warehouse on Candle Lane.
Can you write us down the address?
Yeah, of course. Now, you gonna drink this drink or not? If you ain't drinking, then get the hell out of here.
Sir, who paid for the drink?
I did.
Thank you.
3 silver.
I'll drink the drink.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So, did you hear anyone say the name? Is it Floon?
I don't know nothing about no Floon. I don't listen to names and that. I just remember that Dagolt's son.
Who's Dagout?
They're our Lord of Open Lord of Waterdeep. He is. His son was there, and his brother or something. Both of them look the same. Reddish hair, just like all fancy like.
Do you know the people that followed him out at all?
I seen him about a bit, but none of them have returned since. All part of some gang.
Did they have the The tattoos. Did you notice any tattoos?
I seen them snake tattoos.
Okay.
A woman sort of comes to the bar. I know them. They're Zentarum members. They're always hanging out at the warehouse on Candle Lane. I think that's their hideout or something. You can find it. There's a small snake symbol on the door. I'm only saying this because I want money. Now give me money for the information.
Step back.
yeah,
Come on
I can
now,
say,
I'm
well,
giving you valuable information. Gotta be worth something. Pay up.
you should ask for the
Okay.
money first, not that you just give us the information and then ask for money afterwards.
Are you questioning
That's,
my ways? The bartender. Oh yeah. You questioning the ways of my patrons, are you?
Well, we're
How they
also
operate
patrons.
things.
We've paid for our drinks now. We're patrons too. So are you questioning the way your patrons go?
You may got me there. I'll get on with you then. I ain't got nothing more to say to all you.
Thank you for your help and cheers.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep the mugs?
You don't think you get
Hey,
to
So, let's kind of see what we know so far. I like sit down with my empty mug. I try to like hold it and like pretend like there's still something in it, and kind of sit and nurse my empty cup.
Yeah, I think we need these mugs for our house.
That is true.
Well, let's sit here for a bit and talk. Yeah.
So we know that it was the Xanathar Guild, is that right?
the Zentarum.
Xantar, is that a
Not to
different
be
guild?
confused, yep.
That's the Black Network, right? The
Yeah.
Zentarum.
Zentarum is a faction, like a little bit of information about them here. And the Xanathar Guild is an actual guild, like of thieves. Factions and guilds are a little bit different.
And are these the ones that are
But both of
allegedly
those are
backed by a beholder?
yeah, the Xanathar are the ones that are run by Beholder, as far as you know.
Okay.
And the Zentarum, you're unsure of who their leader is. And both
I
of
quite like-
these rival gangs, they seem to be involved in this.
So
war.
these ones aren't thieves. These ones are something else.
Yeah, Zentarum are not
Mercenaries.
particularly thieves. They're more like mercenaries and spies.
I like their flag.
So, who did they say was being followed by the Black Network?
Floon and Dagot's son, who is a lord of Waterdeep. Maybe we could ask some more patrons in the pub if they know any more information.
And this was all 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We got the address of the warehouse as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we should look outside as well. So they went outside, didn't they? See if we can find anything out there.
Yeah. It was late though, wouldn't it? So would there be any sort of traders at all? Do you think? I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't think there'll be any of the street merchants. In fact, it's getting a little bit late in the day and people are already starting to pack up their market stalls. However, if you guys exit the Skewered Dragon, you will notice one of the nearby shops standing out from the others. Sort of over in this direction. It has a deep purple facade, and in the window hangs a stuffed beholder.
Creepy little thing.
Which one?
It's
Oh, it's gone.
over in this direction. You guys saw it as you entered the lane. I can move you guys over there.
I say, wait up. I'm only a halfling.
But your swift step, come on. You should have to
Long
keep
step.
up, no?
So, Above the door hangs a sign with elaborate letters spelling out Old Zoblob Shop.
I'm gonna go towards the shop. As I approach, do I get to look through the window, see what sort of goods they sell apart from the beholder?
You take a look through the window and you see this cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trailing out of the shop's door, and it's very foggy inside, misty. And you peer inside, you notice every wall is painted purple. Every dusty knick-knack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. It seems to be a trinket store of sorts. There is a hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter wearing plum-coloured robes. He's got cheeks decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. As you enter, he is smoking a pipe, and he exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand.
Hail, and well met. Come, browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world.
Can I start looking around then?
He's got a variety of different trinkets, hundreds of them lining the shelves. Every single one of them is purple in color, or has something to do with the color purple, you notice. I'll give you a list of trinkets.
Do I know what he's smoking?
Purple haze.
So, there's a list of 100 different trinkets, and every single one had something to do with purple. So if it's a candle that can't be lit, for example, it's a purple candle that cannot be lit. If there's a glass eye, it's a purple glass eye. If there's an alabaster mask, it's been painted purple.
Please feel free to browse my wares. We are open during all hours.
I pick up number 90, an ancient arrow of elven design, and I just say to him, "How much for this
Ah, yes.
unusual piece?"
It is one of the relics left behind by the Illiphon, the elves of ancient times. That does not come cheap, however. 6 dragons.
Do I notice if it has any sort of magical aspect to it being elven myself, or just a sort of standard?
It does have a faint
arrow.
couple of runes carved into the arrowhead.
Am I able to read it, or?
It is not in a written language. It seems they seem to be magical runes.
Okay. I don't seem to have 6 dragon on me. Maybe I can offer you 4 and 5 shards.
Make a persuasion check.
You want to negotiate with me, do you? Well, I could lower my price to 5 for you. If that will tickle your fancy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
My pleasure. Is there anything else I can get you?
Well, I was looking at number 91, a needle that never bends.
Ah, yes. Why it never bends? No one is sure. Has anyone tried to bend it? No one knows. Is it purple in color? That we can agree upon, my friends.
So no one's ever tried to bend it.
That could not be known now, could it?
And how much for it?
2 dragons.
I'll tell you what, let me try and bend it. If I can't bend it, I'll buy it.
Of course.
So I'll give it a tweak, see if I can bend it.
You can make an athletics check. It does not bend.
Then I'll buy it. I'll say, actually, 2's a bit much. What about 1? It's only
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
You're killing me. I guess so. I guess I can part with it.
What's
Take
that?
it for
There
one
you go.
dragon.
So I'm down to 19.
Is
A
there
question.
something else that I can get you?
Question, my friend. What's the obsession with purple?
I just simply adore the color, don't you? I don't know what it is that drives me to love it, but I just cannot get enough of it.
I mean, it is a rather vibrant and beautiful colour. It reminds me of some of the flowers from where I grew up. I'd never think I would see those sort of colours again.
Oh yes. Lavender, I truly love it. Violet, lavender, purple, you name it, as long as it's purple, I got it.
Teller's gonna pick up number 63, the mask.
Ah, yes,
Hmm.
a purple mask. Do you like it?
Does it have any strings attached to it that I can like put it secure it on my face?
No,
How does that work?
It's sort of molded to look like almost like a masquerade mask, and you just sort of rest it on your face, and it does have some holes, but there's no string for it.
Do you know if I can attach this to my face like a mask should function?
Oh, of course. In fact, that is on special as well. I'm selling it for only 1 dragon.
Hmm.
I've even got some purple string to go with it.
For free?
Of course.
And then I take the mask. I'm like, hey guys, look, Teller. And I put the mask on. Not Teller. Teller. Not Teller.
My,
I'm taking it.
you could have fooled me.
I have a question about one of your items.
Yes.
Number 15.
Oh, the bright purple feather. Yes.
Oh, that was a green feather, sorry.
Is there anything else I can interest you in? Perhaps a pair of old socks?
The metal urn containing the ashes of a hero. How long has the hero been dead for?
Nobody knows. That's what makes him a hero.
Why, the beholder?
Oh, that silly thing. Oh, no relation to the eye tyrant does my shop have. It's just a silly toy. Just to get people's attention.
Would you say it's more brown, purple?
Oh, I would definitely say it is in the spectrum of purple. What do you think I am? Some sort of monster?
Just seems a bit odd.
Is there something else I can get you? You seem awfully curious.
Just we recently looking for a friend. 2 nobles, both very similar in looks, strawberry hair. They were last seen coming out the skewered Dragon Tavern. I don't suppose you may have seen them at all, or know of them.
Oh. That is something that's just... You're pressing my memory now.
Make a persuasion check.
That was very much of a King Jong-un from Team America then.
Oh, why I can't remember anything. If only I
Maybe-
had some new purple item to refresh my memory.
Oh, do I even have anything that's purple?
Or perhaps if you bought these old socks, oh yes, that would certainly jumpstart my poor fading memory.
Maybe if I give you 2 hacks of silver for the socks and that memory that seems to elude yourself.
Oh, I think a dragon would do it. Just the color of the gold seen through the purple smoke should be enough to just jog my memory a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll flip the dragon. If it lands on the dragon, you can have it. If not, you tell us information for free.
Ah, a bet. I like that. Let's do it.
And you can roll a d2. We'll say 1 is heads and 2 is tails. Your heads, right?
Yeah. Is it /RD2? I always use the dice thing.
Yeah, d2.
Oh, look at that. It looks like you win.
I always win.
Very well. Yes, I saw a well-dressed fellow. Another one. Both of them look very similar. Yes, they were jumped outside the shop by rough-looking men in black armor. I think there were 5 attackers. I don't recognize any of them. One of them did have a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck. They dragged him off.
A winged what? Sorry, snake.
Winged snake, yes. I don't know what that is. It was a black tattoo, not purple, so I didn't really care.
So you said attackers, so they attacked them?
Oh yes, they were jumped. They grabbed them and dragged them off. Both men.
So they were alive.
Oh yes, they were. Not that I paid much attention. None of them even had a drab of purple on them. Can you believe it?
The audacity.
Oh yeah.
Can I go and just check around, like the area she's pointing, see if there's anything on the floor?
Sure, there's a, like the fountain here, like just out front of the shop. You can make an investigation check.
And did you see what sort of direction they went towards?
Oh. They took them off to the east. That away.
Zephyr, you look around and you don't find anything, just the normal sort of detritus just piled up all over the ground.
So what do you two want to do?
It depends. How sure are we that we want to mess with the center and
We don't exactly,
direction?
have to mess with them as such. We can just investigate. I'm sure we'll get paid if we find out the outcome.
Okay.
So,
I'm
Saki, what sort of armor are you wearing then?
I am wearing a blacky green leather armor, I believe it is.
So we have a ranger, a bard, and a rogue, so we can probably get some pretty good places.
Where's my armor? Oh, leather armor, there you go.
I just wanted to have medium armor because it's noisy. But you've got light armor.
Yeah. And as a, wood elf, depending on what the sort of situation is when we get there, I can always hide myself, much like you.
So just with the bard there, and who can charm his way out?
Yeah.
You can play a song.
Before I leave, I'm gonna talk to the guy.
Oh, yes?
Mr. Purple, could I have your name? You're a very interesting fellow, and I just need to know your name.
Why, they all call me Zoblob.
Oh.
I didn't choose the name, though. I bought this shop in times recent, and everyone kept referring to me as Zoblob, so I changed my name.
Zoblob?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Teller, by the way, and it was good doing business with you. You have a lot of interesting stuff.
Oh, thank you. Please feel free to shop again if purple is your color.
What are you smoking there?
Oh. It's illicit weed. Would you like to purchase some? It'll give you a nice buzz.
Is it like legal?
Oh, yes, of course.
Maybe some other time. Thank you very much, Zoblob.
Of course. See you soon, friend.
Hey man, what a creep.
I think if we find a shop that sells purple paint, we could paint a few things and get a bit of money.
It's true.
I like the way you're thinking. Maybe like paint a few copper pieces purple, and then we have like free money.
That thing that got stabbed in our house, did that spray purple on the floor?
I just changed your token as well, Teller.
Thank you.
I forgot that I changed it earlier. Sorry, what did you ask, Sepra? I missed it.
The little oily thing that got splattered in our house.
That was black.
Purple.
That
black,
was black, like oil.
Mm.
So you've got the address for the warehouse on Candle Lane.
Do we have a map?
Yeah, you guys have a map of Waterdeep. Someone would have it.
We need to sort of control F on this. God blimey. Right, Candle Lane.
There is a small map here as well. But yeah, you're gonna have a hard time trying to see that.
Yeah.
Candle Lane is right here.
Where, sorry?
I'll just put it on the map. Warehouse. Yeah.
I see.
Just north of where you guys are at the moment. A very short distance. Night starts to fall as well.
How long would it take to get from one side of the city to the other?
The entire city, it would probably take you half a day or something, depending on from north to south.
Where's our house from here?
It's all the way up in the north ward. The measuring tool will measure the map accurately as well. Let's have a look. I don't even know exactly how long it is. It's 15,000 feet from one side to the other.
Wow. And how long would it take us to get to this place from where we currently are?
Less than 10 minutes by foot. It's very close. Maybe a little bit longer.
I mean, it's going to take us a long time to get back here, so you might as well have a look now.
1,500 feet, not too far.
Yeah, should we head over?
Yep.
Alright, you guys head there, and night starts to fall, and you notice it's very dark. None of the lanterns are being lit. That most of them are smashed, and you head down to this narrow alley. The gloom starts to envelop it. It's as dark as a dungeon.
So obviously we'll be creeping.
Yep. It's there's no one really around. It's kind of quiet, and it's also very odorous. It stinks. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed. There's only one light. It pierces the darkness, and there's a faint flickering from down the lane, like a distant candle. It illuminates a large, ominous-looking warehouse, faintly in the darkness. As you see this gated-off courtyard from the warehouse before you, And I think that's where we'll end today's session.
I can't see shit. I need to like probably cast dancing light next time.
Yeah, you
Good,
can.
because I can't see
whiteboard.
anything, can you?
Yeah, there's only a tiny little bit of light from that one flickering candle.
Yeah.
Alright,
I can see
guys.
a little bit because of
Yeah,
Dark vision.
Yep. I
Cool.
hope you guys enjoyed the first session. Thank you very much for joining.
It was
No,
pretty
very good.
fun,
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going
And thank
to...
you for the patience as well. I appreciate it.
You're a pleasure to have. I've recently started making YouTube videos, and I've made some Roll20 tutorials as well. I'll link 2 tutorials that I have in the Discord for you guys. The top 10 tips one, it'll definitely come in handy. And then if you want to learn how to make GIFs as well, I'll link the video for that too, and you'll be able to see how to make those GIFs. I'm also live streaming as well, and uploading the videos, so if you want to have a record of it, then it'll be there. If for some reason that you don't want to like appear in the live stream or something, just let me know and I will make it not public. And I will unfortunately not be able to see you guys next week. It's not very often. It's very, very rare, in fact, that I don't make a session due to my own personal reasons. But I have a long haul flight because I'm flying overseas next week on Wednesday on the 5th. So unfortunately I will not be able to run the session for you guys next week. But the week after that and moving forward, I hope to see you guys back.
Cool.
Yeah, no,
Have a
no,
safe
just-
flight.
A better time for some more people as well, then.
Yeah, and we got I'll keep advertising. We got like holidays coming up with Christmas and all that too. So thank you
Cool.
guys very
Yeah,
much.
no,
And
cool.
enjoy the
See you
rest
2
of the
weeks.
evening. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
later.
See you.
See you guys.
Yeah, the
That was
couple-
really fun.
Yeah,
Good night.
thank you. I really enjoyed that. It was
Thanks very
great.
much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.